And the #1 reason.
We're giving away a Ford Mustang Mach-E. Earn entries now playing table games. And you could drive off in a Mustang the 31st.
Morongo, good times.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
With curbside pickup and delivery available, you'll always find what you love, only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This just in, the NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
Evan Cohen here. When the draft clock is ticking, you've got to pick the best talent, regardless of position, to fit your team's needs. Well, if you're hiring for your business, you want to find the best talent for any of your roles. That's why you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful technology hustles to find qualified candidates for your job immediately. And if you see a standout candidate, ZipRecruiter lets you personally invite them to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Here we go, 3:17 on a live Imaging Tuesday. Are you ready? Why are you sitting in that chair, man? Come on, Chad. Let's go. What a delay.
All right.
Sedano and Cap is on a Tuesday afternoon. Why are you sitting in Sedano's chair, Cappy?
So I can see the game. So I can see Oklahoma City.
But nobody sits in George Sedano's chair when he's not here.
What about John Ireland? Did he sit in his chair?
No, but during 3 to 6.
Yeah.
For now, nobody sits in this chair.
What does for now? What does for now mean? What does that mean?
Just saying.
Are you saying I'm leaving?
Listen,
am I getting fired?
Is George quitting?
Contract terms are contract terms.
Okay.
I'm just saying at this moment.
Yeah.
You can't sit in his chair when he's not here.
Well, this isn't his chair.
Well, you can't, Cappy, I give you permission. How about that?
No.
I'm
Somebody
here.
of your talent level shouldn't be in George's chair.
Yeah, but this is actually not his chair. The chair that George sits in is right over there. I changed out chairs.
During the heyday.
Yeah.
Could your buddy Sid just sit in Imus's chair anytime? No.
He couldn't sit in the I-Man's chair?
No.
Who?
Sid Rosenberg.
Yeah.
You don't know
You
who
got
that
to
is.
explain some of these things sometimes.
Well, that's why we play the quack quack from Imus.
Explain that again. You got a 23 and 25 over there. I have no idea.
I mean,
what's going on.
these are people who yesterday I brought up that you're going to see a Neil Diamond tribute band, and they were like, "Who's Neil Diamond?" I went,
Who said who's Neil Diamond?
Sweet Caroline, and they were like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I was
What
like,
you know about Neil Diamond?
You don't know
Nothing about no Neil Diamond.
They laughed at me. They laughed at me yesterday.
That's
Laughed
why
right
I
in my
mentioned-
face.
that's why
That's
I
it.
mentioned it in the open.
And they laughed right in my face yesterday, Christopher.
Oh, whatever.
You
Anyway,
belong
George
there,
Sedano
Cappy. You
is
belong there, Cappy.
George Sedano is live. That's why you hear the greatness of the basketball court in the background. George, tell us about your travel adventure today, please.
Didn't start great, a little delayed, but thankfully it was only 2 hours and 8 minutes in the air, and we got here just in time for me to get to the hotel, shower, change, and get to the arena.
Now, you were sitting Sedano class, right?
Yes.
It's in the
I was
contract.
sitting
It's in the contract.
two
It's in the
seats
contract,
away
bro.
from the great Bob Myers, former Golden State
Bob
general
Myers.
manager who now works for us here at ESPN.
Did you have any refreshments in the air or anything fun for festive?
Just a little coffee, a little cappuccino, what else?
You
just
drank
water.
caffeine early in the morning on a flight?
Yeah.
Dude, Mateo woke up at like 3 in the morning because he fell out of bed, must have had like a violent dream, and was crying, and that took me like another hour to get back to bed at like 3 in the morning. So I needed the caffeine today.
Gotcha. Now, George, as I'm looking at SportsCenter, And
I'm behind Windhorse,
okay.
like directly behind Windhorse.
Okay, so wait, I've seen Windy. Okay, he's on
at the
TV.
scorers table,
okay,
though. I'm at the scorers table.
I'm looking
so he's
for you.
blocking me probably.
Are you standing up?
So if you want, I'll move towards the court. How about that?
Yeah, I just wanted. Were you standing or were you sitting?
I'm standing
okay.
at the edge of the scorers table.
Dark jacket, light shirt.
Black suit, yeah.
Like a
white
bluish
shirt.
Oh, white shirt. Okay.
You got to wave your hands and be like, hey, over here.
No, I can't wave my hands
Why not?
because then that's too obvious.
Okay, what about a sign that says Sedano and Kap behind Windy?
No, definitely not.
Okay, I'm trying to look at you here. I'm seeing Windy.
No, it's not focused. You can't really see.
Okay.
Behind Windy. I'm looking at this. I have a monitor in front of me.
Right behind the Gandhi.
So it is conference finals week, and Georgia is in the site. Is that
there
the
you
site?
go. You see me the guy blocked me in the free throw.
No, I see you right now. Wave, George. Just give us a wave right now, right behind Windy.
It's gone. They've already moved on to the next graphic.
Oh, come on, man.
No, we see you. We see you.
Game 1, Pacers Knicks tomorrow night. George Sedano is there. But tonight, Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Thunder.
Are you really going to make us do YouTube for an hour tomorrow?
Yes.
Now, wait, when you say make
during
us,
the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yes, but
like
you're doing the game.
Well, I'm not doing the game tomorrow.
Oh, you're not?
No, he's in Oklahoma City right now.
Oh, I thought he was.
What do you think? You think I'm flying to New York tomorrow?
He's only going to the
game
Western
to game?
Conference.
So then why are we looking at him? Windy's right here.
No, but this is the Windy's at the Western Conference
I
Finals.
thought that said Pacers Knicks.
Well, they were talking about the Pacers
okay.
Knicks.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they
anyway,
were
yes, we're doing an hour on YouTube tomorrow.
Okay, and why
but
is
you're
that?
doing it against the game? Like, why does that make sense? Because we've
who
always
here's
discussed
who you email.
going against
C.
the pregame.
Carmazon at Good Karma Brands.
Oh, so
Okay,
wait,
I'm just
you're not.
but I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, he's
not
asking
him
you.
Right
He's
now.
asking you.
Okay.
Yeah, you speak for him. You go ahead, George. Go ahead.
It would be the same
all I'm
analogy.
asking-
Okay, go ahead.
We took a poll yesterday.
I heard
on the air.
It was 2-2.
And right, and no, but then later we took more,
Okay.
and they just people said it's going to be tough to watch the game and then watch you. Now, what I've said is you guys, as the content team, should look into something called playback, because playback has the rights to all these sporting leagues, and you literally can watch the game on playback, and you hear our commentary, Cappy and I in this case, while the game is going on, so you can kill two birds with one stone.
Well, and by the way, that's been a very successful formula.
I believe then we would need TV rights to it. So that's
no, what he's
well,
saying is that
not if you're on the playback app. Why does it have to be
another app we
YouTube?
would have to add into
because
the
it's
mix.
on YouTube. That's where we're building
Trying
that
to grow
audience.
the YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay.
we can't do playback on YouTube.
I don't
Right,
believe
but wouldn't
so.
that make more sense to do it that way?
Because like if we did a second screen broadcast,
so
we
what?
couldn't show
Like,
the
let
game.
me ask you a question, Mr. Content Guy.
Okay.
Like, what are we supposed to do tomorrow? Are we talking about the game?
Talk about whatever you want.
Are we doing like counter programming? Like, what are we doing here?
You could literally talk about the game. You could talk about your life. Talk about Cappy's divorce. I don't care. I mean, I'll be here tomorrow doing it with you, so we'll get through it.
What about my stomach issues? Can I talk about
we
that?
can talk about that.
Okay.
By the way, I forgot to ask Travis earlier. Apparently, Travis is pooping too much.
What do you mean by too much?
Like he's got a stomach issue the other way.
Really?
Too much fiber.
Because he spent thousands of dollars over the weekend. I think that's really getting to him.
Spending thousands of dollars doing what?
Between the graduation, he needed new tires. He bought Susan an Apple Watch. He's really kvetching over there.
Oh, yeah. I'm in a similar spot. This upcoming weekend, for both of my children's birthday, we're going to play golf at Torrey Pines.
Right, we were talking about this.
And the thing about it is that if you have what they call a residence card,
yeah, you're good.
Torrey Pines like $85.
He doesn't have a residence card.
I don't have a residence card.
But you know somebody that can just go there and pay.
But apparently not so fast.
It's not like that,
Scott
dude.
Kaplan, my boy Drew did it 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really? What do you do? How do you do it?
He called one of his friends who has it. The guy goes and checks in, and then you walk on.
Oh, get out of here.
Simple as that.
This guy's going to get arrested
I was
at
going to
Torrey
say,
Pines.
you shouldn't be like dry snitching on him.
It's not dry snitching.
It's gonna
Everybody
be your
does
fault,
that.
Beto.
Snitches get stitches.
First of all, that's San Diego. Who cares?
Well, the thing is that
Real simple.
You
Drew,
know,
go do it.
You know what it costs if you have a residence card to play golf there? $88.
Yeah.
You don't have a residence card? $306.
Yeah, to keep me out.
Do you know what that would do to me if
I've
I
never
had to
played
pay
Torrey.
It's
for
beautiful.
a foursome? $306 times 3?
First of all, you're not even paying the 80, bro.
No, I am paying the 80.
Why?
What do you mean?
You're Scott Kaplan, king of South-South.
I
You
agree.
are king of South-South.
I agree. I should not be paying for this. And
if
by
I'm
the way,
playing for free and you're not,
yeah, I mean,
what's going on? in this
and the
world?
whole thing was set up by the city golf manager.
Oh, come
so
on.
I mean, if they're
I mean,
gonna,
I said it in a meeting today. to one of our newer MCs. I said, we don't pay for golf here.
No, we don't.
So why are you paying?
Well, and like this past weekend, I played at a very fancy country club. I was a guest of somebody, and I didn't pay any of it.
Oh, which club?
It's called the Rancho Santa Fe Country Club. Very fancy.
Oh, that's very nice.
Very nice.
Canelo plays there. You see him?
No, Canelo plays at Del Mar.
So,
he'll play
George,
there
for
if
example,
the money
this is
game-
what we would do tomorrow.
Yeah, so George, we're going to talk about golf.
Oh, that sounds riveting.
You know, and George, while we're talking about like paying for things and going to the bathroom and stuff like that, things that people find interesting, then you could talk about the game.
Yeah,
you
you
could
could
do
talk about the
play-by-play. Can George do
no, we
play-by-play of the
can't-
game?
no.
Yes,
No.
we are on
Wait,
delay.
wait, hold on.
We are on delay.
Wait, George, play-by-play.
No, we get in trouble.
What? On
Why?
YouTube?
No, we wouldn't get in trouble.
We get in,
Yes, we would.
By who?
We would get. Oh, listen. As a matter of fact, I should do it so we can get taken down.
No, but who you would get taken down by?
Oh, I'll
The
report you.
YouTube.
I'll report you.
YouTube will be. Somebody will report us
Me.
that TNT is
I'll snitch.
pissed to YouTube and then would be off. So you know what? That's exactly
But,
what I'm
you're
doing.
not doing like real play-by-play. You're just talking about the game. We do second screen broadcasts all the time when we don't get taken down by YouTube.
Yeah, but if I actually do play-by-play, then
Do
we
it,
can get in
George.
trouble.
Well, nobody's talking to you
do it in
to
Spanish.
do play-by-play. Because you're going to be
Do
watching
in
it off the
Spanish.
TV.
Yeah, George, let's work on your Spanish play-by-play tomorrow while we're watching the Eastern Conference Finals, and we'll get through the first half, and you'll do the entire first half in Spanish.
And you're the analyst in
Yeah,
Spanish.
and it's a good exercise for you, right?
I'll need Pepe to give me a little refresher course on
Focus.
some of the lingo.
Well, then, Cappy, you got to pay for his parking because I can't.
I got to pay for Pepe's parking? You mean to tell me nobody's figured out his parking yet?
You got to pay
No.
for golf and
Whoopie-doo.
Oh, man, I can't pay for both.
I
Otherwise, I'll be like Travis. I'll
I
have
thought I
major
could get him on
stomach
the good
problems.
karma side, but that could then happen either.
Really?
They shut that down, too.
You cannot get Pepe parking.
No.
No parking for Pepe.
No.
Is this a real thing or is this just a bit?
The Pepe
'cause
parking?
That sounds insane.
No, he's
Yeah.
asked me for parking several times and asked Greg and asked Lindsay, I believe.
Hey, I barely got my fob to go up the elevator.
Really?
But that's on you. You didn't
No,
ask
it's
for
not
it.
on me. You think I want to go with the security every single time? I have
Lindsay,
to sign in every time?
Lindsay, real quick, tell us about how Pepe's asked you for parking, too.
Oh yeah, I mean once we kind of told him that we were kind of going over on the parking budget, and then he came to me again like a month ago and was just like, "Hey, are you sure that you can't give me any parking validations?" And
You're
I
gonna
said,
make
"Yeah,
that
sure."
dude pay $30 or whatever
40.
it is to come in.
40.
We're going to make him pay 40.
Even worse.
And I thought I could backdoor him on a West
You were going
Garage.
to backdoor Pepe.
I thought I could get him an East Garage card, but then Sam Pine said, no, that car's got to go to something else.
Oh,
So
really?
then that was out.
So there's no backdooring Pepe.
No.
So you got to front door him.
Well, he's not getting any doors.
No door.
No doors.
You're not getting him on any of
Not
his
even a
doors.
side door.
No side doors. Or
I
anything.
I genuinely tried. I thought I had an angle figured out,
Mm-hmm.
and Sam Pine shut me down so quick on that one.
By the way, Cappy, you realize that when Chris and you and I talked about YouTube at our dinner at TRB,
Yes.
he talked about like it being something done like in daytime hours, not like
No,
and
this
I
was
think
all
we
along the plan for
and
this.
no,
for this
you didn't bring
series.
that up at TRB though. I specifically said, well, not against games, right? And you're like, no. And then you did the bait and switch on us. He did a bait and switch
I
on
thought
us.
the games were starting at 6, to be
You did
completely
say
honest.
next season too.
Oh, well, guess
Whoa.
what, guys? We're doing it.
Well, here's the other part of it. You know, the other part of it is
And
this,
if you,
George.
here's the other thing. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it.
Okay, but
Oh,
George,
my God. DeAndre will do it. I'm
here's-
not worried about it.
Here's the other part of it. Not only
DeAndre
is
had
he,
fun for an hour. That's fun.
Oh, hell yeah. I just
man. Let's do it,
don't-
man.
I just don't like the bait and switch aspect of
I
it.
don't think
hear
I
that?
baited or switched.
you baited and switched.
No, you did because I specifically asked. We're not doing this against games, right? And
I
you said
honestly
no.
thought the games were at 6 o'clock, but
Okay,
they're
so
not.
therefore a bait
That's
and
not
switch.
till the finals.
Okay, so then we're doing it for a week. We're going to do it a little bit earlier.
Okay, but here's the thing.
That's 2 weeks actually.
So
Okay.
so when George comes after you, Christopher,
Yes.
because he doesn't want to be, baited and switched and doesn't want to do the 1 hour on YouTube.
Right.
At that point,
I would gladly do it if that was what would have been presented on the front end. But when I specifically asked, we're not going against games, right? That makes no sense. No, we're not.
but
Was the answer.
But then Chris, rather than saying, no, George, this is the way we're going to do things going forward, what Chris does then is he says, go talk to the big boss.
Well, the founder of the company.
Right, the founder.
No, I could do that as well.
You should do that.
If I so wanted to seek that route. But my bone is with Christopher, who specifically said, because I asked, are we doing this against games? And you said no, but now you're telling me you thought that it was the game started at 6. That sounds like a Christopher problem.
Okay. Well, now it's a George problem because we're doing
Oh,
YouTube.
my.
So you tried to backdoor Pepe, and George is boning with you.
Oh,
is what
my
he just
God.
I guess.
said. All because of a bait and switch.
Yeah.
So there's
There is a
baiting,
bait
there's
and switch.
switching, and there's backdooring all
Cappy,
happening here.
I thought you would.
Your
I
show
thought you were
goes
gonna,
till 6. It's not stopping going till 6. That's all. I thought the finals began
now.
at 6.
Is that what you said for now?
For now, yes.
For now.
Right.
But,
So
that,
now-
but
but
now
it's a-
because
it
of
is a
this,
s-
maybe we change all that, too.
Wow.
It's a semantics argument.
We can
Because
do
I
semantics all day long.
Specifically asked you about going against games, and you said no.
Tomorrow on YouTube, we could do an hour of semantics if you want.
You want to do an hour of
We
semantics
can,
talk?
yeah.
Let's break down semantics.
I thought the
Let's
YouTube
start
hour
with the
was,
definition.
was like 6 to 7, right?
No.
Wasn't that what that was like the debate once upon
Well,
a
that's
time?
when we were doing 4 to 7,
Right.
and then I
That's
was
right.
like,
Okay.
hell no.
I got you.
Yeah, you're not doing an extra hour.
So how
You're
come the first time you brought
Hell
up the
no.
whole YouTube thing?
When we were at the draft?
No, previous to that, when we were in the back office.
Because we've already done the YouTube.
And George told you absolutely not.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I do. And then,
Well,
and
but
then,
that was when we were doing 4 to 7.
right. But then I said, and then you said to me, but Cap, you're doing it no matter what.
That is true no matter
Right,
what.
right. And so, but I said, no, I'm wearing my bracelet. WWJD, what would Jorge do?
Yeah, but you don't have Jorge's contract.
I understand, but what would Jorge do? If Jorge says no, then it's a no. He represents the show.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
I think what he's saying is different strokes for different folks, Cappy.
That is
Oh,
true.
man,
I just
wow.
got a note from Sam Pines that said, call me. So
Oh my gosh! You think this is a big? You think he's got
Hashtag call me.
Think it's got something to do with Pepe's parking?
No.
Oh, you don't think so?
No.
Maybe that's what it's about.
I don't think it
Maybe
is.
he's like, hey, look, I found some parking for Pepe.
You
No,
think it's about YouTube?
He listened to the bit from yesterday. He liked the bit.
He liked the bit.
He said you guys should
Listen,
You should
no one
encourage
has promoted.
You should hold on.
No one has
he
promoted.
Said, encourage more people to not listen, and I want to hear from them. Encourage more people
No
not
one
to
has
watch.
promoted the YouTube more than me the last 2 days.
That's why he liked the bit. He knows what you're doing. He knows this is all a bit.
It is
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah, I'm
George
going to
is
do
good.
it. I may or may not do it begrudgingly.
Okay. Here's the thing, Cappy.
Yeah.
You're lucky to even
protest.
have this job.
Right,
So
right.
you're going to do whatever we ask.
Right. And by the way, can I curse on YouTube?
I don't mind.
Does Sam mind?
Is there any rules against it?
I don't think so. No.
Can we,
I mean,
I want to
no,
go
we
completely
cursed at the
unattended.
draft, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, George,
I
I,
think
want you
you
to
can
talk
get
the way you talk.
I think you can.
We're not getting the full Sedano.
Right. Otherwise, we're not getting
Yeah,
full
we're
Sedano.
not getting full Sedano, though.
I think that you can get away with some on YouTube. After a while, though, somebody can report you.
Yeah, you can't
So
say
it
like
is-
full skadach.
You can't?
No.
Yeah.
Like the Pro Bowler
Right, but
guys here today, I said you and I should do an ad for them where we're naked and
Yeah.
just holding the can over the
But
skadach.
Yeah.
there could be Schwanz talk. Just
Yeah.
like literally
tons
the
of
word
Schwanz.
There's a
Schwanz.
promo on the air with
Right.
you guys talking about my schwans and
Right,
oysters.
Right. There's a promo on the station about a kid calling about the Schwanz. I mean,
Well, that happened again today.
no way. What happened?
That dad, Luis's kid, talks about now he yells it's a final all the time.
Speaking of kids, I want to tell people about our friends at Children's Dental Fun Zone, Christopher
Please,
and
thank
Cappy.
you.
Parents, you've heard me talk about our friends over at CDF, and for good reason. Choosing a dental office for your kid, man, big decision. And at Children's Dental Fun Zone, they make it easy. First of all, your kid's going to walk into one of these locations and be like, wait, what? What is this place? It's like I'm in a cartoon movie here. With over 23 years of experience in pediatric dentistry and orthodontics, Children's Dental Fun Zone combines cutting-edge technology with the warm, personalized care your kid deserves. Preventative care and routine care as well, orthodontic planning. CDF Zone has it all. Children's Dental Fun Zone open 7 days a week with flexible scheduling options. They also accept walk-ins and emergencies because you never know what's going to happen. Children's Dental Fun Zone offers movies, iPads, and toys for the kids so they can relax when they're there, have fun while they're there. They want to make it a great experience. So they accept, for you parents, Medi-Cal, PPO, HMO insurance plans, plus with hassle-free online booking in 17 locations across the Southland, with 3 more opening soon in the IE. Booking has never been easier, so they got you covered in L.A. County within those 17 locations. Covered in Orange County and, of course, the IE as well. Ready to book? Head to the website, cdfzone.com. That's cdfzone.com, or give them a call at 833-586-7898. That's 833-586-7898. Children's Dental Fun Zone, where we treat your kids at
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their 1-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
They've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play.
Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
All right, we got a caller who says, I need to buy a car and I need to save money. Well, my friend, I've got one answer for you. The Cerritos Auto Square. It's America's largest auto mall. 24 dealerships, all the top brands, all in one easy location right here in SoCal. And here's the secret. These dealers sell more cars than anyone because they have low prices. And they can actually afford low prices because they sell so many cars. Check it out at CerritosAutosquare.com.
Cerritos Auto Square.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
3:36 on a live imaging Tuesday. Sedano and Kap Beto's here too.
Kind of.
Why kind of?
Because I'm grooving, that's why.
There we go.
Woo!
It's National Rescue Dog Day.
Oh, really?
See, Kap, you're kind of like a rescue dog. Sedano and I rescued you.
Seems that way.
And on the,
but I will say that a lot of
by
people.
the way, even though you think George and I get heated between each other, you know one way to get George back, just make fun of you.
Yeah. The one
Hold
thing
on, I'm not
is,
done. On this day in 1967, the number one hit, Young Rascals.
Oh, yeah?
Groovin'.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kap.
Well, a lot of people in our circle of trust, they understand the truth. They understand the reality.
The truth?
Yeah.
That's another radio
What is
station we
that?
own in Milwaukee.
Well, the reality is that I made Morales.
Wow.
I mean, that is just the reality of the situation.
So here's I would say Keyshawn made me like a personality at this station, but you very much in the second generation of this,
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah,
You and I have done a lot of bits
Yeah.
together.
In fact, today could be another
I mean,
bit.
the 12-inch dog, you know?
Yeah, the
It
Schwanz.
was 24.
It 24?
It was 24.
Oh, the Glizzy. You're
12
talking about the
each.
Glizzy, not the
Oh, no,
Schwanz.
it's 22 inches.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
I did 11 and a half.
Right, I did 10 and a half. That's
And then
right.
I eventually had heart failure. So how did it all work out? 337, by the way.
Seems like I'm next for heart failure after that.
Heart failure all for the bit.
I will do it.
I like
Hey, you will
I like
die for
the
the bit.
nudging of Trudell.
How great is that? And by the way,
That's my new
Trudell
favorite bit.
sharing it on his story.
Oh, my God.
That is new levels of Trudell.
Well, Yeah. that
Even
is-
though, I mean, I thought he was really pissed that you added Annie, his wife, on
He was.
Instagram.
He was.
'Cause that's- That is a lot.
Why?
That's Trudell. That's the line you don't cross.
Why?
No,
What-
I don't
what line did
believe. I don't
cross?
believe.
Who
I
am I,
don't.
Ryan Clark?
I don't.
God,
I don't.
Kap.
Oh no,
Kap,
man.
what are you
No
doing, man?
ESPN on ESPN
Yeah, no,
slander.
that's a
We don't do
no-no.
that.
I don't believe that I don't believe he was mad. I think that they were just surprised.
Well, I mean,
Did you slide into her DMs too?
No, I mean, you put a
No, you
picture
don't
of
do
your
that.
wife, and then you tag her. People then
I mean, I
can
don't know.
go to
I
her
didn't-
profile.
But he
and
didn't
then-
tag her so you could follow her.
Well, what did he tag her for?
So that way she could see it.
Yeah.
We all
I mean,
said that.
I'll
The
tell
fact
you
that he
this,
tagged
Cappy.
her,
I'll
changed
tell you this,
things.
Cappy. I didn't follow her until she followed first. I believe. If I
Okay.
recall
So
correctly.
are you Instagram connected with George's wife, with DeAndre's girlfriend?
Don't start.
I don't know, but if I'm not, I'm going to follow them immediately. And
by the way, the great Jared Greenberg here of TNT Sports is
Oh,
standing next
what's
to
up,
me, looking for
Jared?
his seat right now.
What's up, Jared? How
He's
are you,
always looking
bro?
sharp.
Yeah.
I don't know where the hell they have you.
Yeah.
Cap,
I
where
barely
does
knew
he,
where they had me.
Where do you have him on your standings of sideline reporters?
Jared Greenberg?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, he hasn't even made it into my top.
Oh, he's
10.
got good turtlenecks.
I was just saying the other day, ever since seeing him in the Pacers-Cavs series, I love that guy.
You know what? It's
Cappy.
funny.
Got good
And a
info.
burgeoning play-by-play voice.
I know. Oh, he's my
Jared
guy.
Greenberg.
Oh, don't get me wrong. When let me tell you something. When he was here for a Laker game earlier this year,
Actually, You want to jump on, Jared? We'll have some fun.
I didn't know.
Look, Jared's jumping on. Hold on.
But hold on. Here's the thing.
See, this
Yeah,
could be
there we
great
go. Al's
YouTube
got you.
content.
Okay. See, now with Jared Greenberg, here's the thing. He was here in L.A. for a Laker game. He looked at me. I looked at him. And he looked
Wait,
at me.
you actually looked at Jared Greenberg? You
Yeah,
shouldn't
don't
be
do that.
allowed
Not
to
in the
look at
eyes.
Jared Greenberg.
Well, but here's what happened.
Right, Jared? He can't look you in the eye.
Right. But Jared Greenberg looked at me and he said, I don't know this guy, but I think we're long-lost brothers. And I looked at him and I went, I have no idea who that guy is, but I also think we're long-lost brothers. And we locked eyes and we were like, my Hebrew. And we both gave each other like a little chest bump. And I was like, my Hebrew right there. That's right.
We did the official fraternity sign.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. You
I
ready
think we've
for-
lost George, by the way, so I'm just going to do the rest of the show.
There we go.
I'm back, Al.
Wow, he's getting ready to call a game on radio, Jared, but he's also engineering a radio broadcast courtside.
No, Al's doing a great job. There's,
Al.
there's a little bit of a gremlin situation here at the table, but it's okay.
When you
We're
say
all good
gremlin,
now.
what do you mean by that?
I mean, the circuits are not working so great.
Well,
Okay.
we had
Not
that
anyone's
problem
fault.
yesterday.
Yeah, yeah, we did, exactly. So go back to Jared. Jared, Cappy, you and Jared, share something, You're part of the tribe.
I thought you meant sideline
there was
report.
something else.
Sideline
Is there
report.
anything
Right.
else?
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know we shared
Anything
anything
else
else.
we share there, George, that you want to reveal?
Part of the tribe. Part of the tribe. That's all
By
I'm
the
saying.
way, Jared, great job in
But
the
go back to college. Go.
in the Cavs
What's
Pacers
that?
series when you had the Max Strus group text info. As a Cavs
thank you,
fan,
thank
I
you.
enjoyed that. You did a great job.
It was not meant to be an insult, and by the way, I reported that before the game, so it could have gone either way.
Right, exactly.
Had they won the game.
I thought it was
Not my
interesting. It was a
fault.
good piece of info, as I was
Yeah.
saying. Props to you.
Thank you.
Listen,
Thank
you
you,
do
thank
a
you.
great job.
Thank you.
There's no question about that. But I would just say next time you see Cappy at Staples Center, don't even acknowledge him at this point.
No,
Well, he
that's
knows
not
he's not
cool.
allowed to look me in the eye.
Well, not anymore.
Well,
I won't. I never will.
He does this thing for our social team at ESPN Los Angeles. He calls it the Cappy Lappy. So he does
Is that like a lap dance?
No, it would be better.
Sometimes.
It would be
Don't say
better.
that.
Should be.
Perhaps if the more he knows you.
Right.
Actually.
I could be into it.
Right.
Ask Kevin. Kevin Harlan seems to be into it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
So
Hello.
Cappy does the lappy.
Right between the eyes.
Right around.
He is your guy.
He's your guy.
He is, making sure he's entertaining the folks on a live stream there.
Is this
before
live
the
right
game.
now on the
We
air?
are
This is
live. You
live,
are
yes.
on the radio.
And on YouTube.
In Los Angeles. That's right. The whole world is listening right now, JG.
We don't really do sports anymore. Just whatever.
Hey,
The-
George
the
is at a
games in
game. That's
between.
sports.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Cappy. so-
sometimes we do sports.
So
George, you owe
Jared
me a
is
bourbon for this.
What's that?
You owe me a bourbon for doing this.
Okay, I got you.
We got tequila. Don't worry.
By the way, he's also part of the club.
Ball knowers.
Oh,
He's a
really?
ball knower,
JG,
yes.
you think of yourself as a ball knower?
I love ball.
Yeah.
Man knows the bit. He knows the bit already.
Loving
It's
ball.
like he's one of us already.
Right, exactly. You know what, hey man, what are you
One
doing?
of us.
Hey, what are you doing this summer, by the way? What do you got going on this summer?
Summer
You
of
want to come
Jared.
to LA and hang out?
Yeah, you want to come?
not?
You want to come co-host the show when
Look,
George is at Summer League?
Bring the wife and the kids, and just like hang out in LA, and you can just do shows. Chris is the boss. He's on the air right now. He can figure this out.
Just a consultant, actually.
I could be looking, Chris.
What
Well,
now?
he's the consultant that can consult your way in, Greenberg.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll make this happen.
Hey,
You
Jared.
guys, wearing a makeup is a requirement for me. Is that okay on radio?
Oh, yeah, we got
sure.
you. We have
we're
makeup
on
artists
camera.
here and everything.
We're on YouTube, so yeah.
Where's the camera? I don't see it.
None here because we're here, but yeah.
Hey, Jared,
Yeah.
don't
I'm here.
get freaked out, okay? But I just followed you on Instagram.
Oh boy. Could you slide into my DMs too?
I
That'll
haven't
make me feel
slid
He'll
into
better.
slide
Yeah.
head. Jared, he slides head
You know
first.
what? I am going to slide
Just
in
don't
right now.
follow
Oh, yeah.
his wife on Instagram, Cappy. You don't know the guy yet.
No,
Is
but
she hot?
She's talking about your wife.
Yeah,
Oh, my wife.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
talking about yours.
He likes to follow the other hosts' wives on Instagram.
That's not weird.
Trudell, right? So tell Jared about the Trudell story, Cappy.
So, Jared, maybe you could adjudicate this situation. You ready?
Yeah, you could be the arbiter.
Yeah,
here.
as somebody who has no dog in the fight, if you will.
How do you know?
I don't know.
I mean, he's known Mike forever.
Oh, okay. Well, then automatically he's biased. I can already tell.
Just cut to the chase and tell the story.
tell
All right,
the
here it
story.
goes. Trudell puts out a picture of him and his wife. His wife is tagged on the picture. I click on her name. I see her profile. I follow her. She then has to accept me as a follower. Trudell comes
'Cause
in,
it's private,
and
right.
I'm like, hey, your wife won't follow back. She won't accept me, etc. So then I unilaterally make a decision to withdraw my request, at which point she then gets upset, and she comes and follows me. So
Well,
then-
I don't think she got upset. She went to Mike and said, "Hey, your boy Cappy tried to follow me. What do you think we should do here?"
I have some questions.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Jared.
Had you ever been in a social setting with her?
Never one time. Never met the woman face to face. Never one time.
Have you ever spoken to her on the phone?
No, but hold on.
But she did defend him when Mike was on the air with us about a discussion we were having. Cappy forgot Mike's dad died and then mentioned his dad, and that was awkward. But Annie said, "Oh, don't give him such a hard time," and he didn't know and whatever. That.
Could you imagine trying to follow the story on the radio driving on the freeway right now?
Yeah.
This is part
the
of
amount
our
of
show.
pronouns that are being thrown around here. How do we figure out who we're talking about?
He, him, and she,
Jesus.
her. Look, man, I didn't forget that his dad died. I never knew that his dad died.
You hated his dad. You wanted him to die.
What about his
That's
dog?
the point of the
No,
story.
sir.
What about his dog dying?
Okay, wait. So Jared,
Oh, that's right. Then the dog died. He
dog.
brought up the dog too.
yeah, dead
Great.
dog.
And don't forget Riggs.
And then you said his son is a
and
girl.
called his youngest son a girl.
I was like, your daughter's so cute. She's such an adorable little girl.
I mean, he stepped in it
Well, how
3
old?
times.
How old was the daughter?
Hey,
Like
she's
three.
like 3.
No,
Four.
it's a son.
Four.
It's a
It's his
son.
boy.
That's old
Son.
enough. That's old enough.
No,
You
it's
can
a
tell.
daughter.
It's a boy.
Oh, it's a boy.
Yeah.
And he says, I have 3 boys every
Wait,
day.
and the name is Riggs. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
So now I call the
like
little
Riggs
guy.
and Murtaugh.
Now I-
Lee
now I
Murtaugh.
call-
My brother's dog's name is Riggs.
Wait, and is that dog alive?
Well, right now I better go check on him.
Now I call that little rascal Rigatoni, and everybody thinks that's a problem.
All right, so the ultimate decision here is you're a creeper.
Wow, there it is.
That is.
He adjudicated.
I did say yesterday. I said it is kind of creepy in a weird way. I didn't mean it to be creepy.
Oh, man.
It's not creepy in a weird way. It's just creepy because if you had gone out to a bar and had a drink with her or had dinner with her or were introduced to her at a game, you have some commonality there.
Correct.
You could make it work.
Okay.
And maybe you guys click. Not in a weird way. Just you
In a
you
friendly
liked
way.
each other, right?
Right.
But the fact that you didn't know her and you went out of the way to like her, you just wanted to because now he's thinking, what is he going to scroll through her history?
Oh,
Cappy's definitely scrolling.
Oh, for sure.
He's a scroller. There's no doubt.
I've been
He liked
liking
his
every
photos,
picture she
yeah.
has.
Hold on. He's the guy that does the like on 37 pictures
Right,
when
right
he's
in a row.
following somebody
Right
for
in
the
a row.
first
Like
time.
5 years
wait.
back.
But Jared, hold on. Just to be clear about one thing, she had my back when Trudell was so angry with me over just an innocent little mistake. I was trying to connect his dad with Brian Windhorst's dad because they're both from
'Cause they're both
Pittsburgh.
from Pittsburgh.
But little
Right,
did I
except
know that Mike's dad was dead. Right.
Right.
And she defended me. So at least we had something in common.
So what you're saying, Capper, is she was IG curious.
Yes, sir.
Oh, don't.
Yes,
don't,
sir.
Cappy's very curious in many ways.
Yes, I am. And Jared,
Right. Got it.
now
So-
I'm following you, buddy.
Yeah, now I'm wondering.
Block.
Maybe she was.
Block.
Maybe she wants people to follow her. Maybe she's looking for who knows what.
Oh, man.
Now, Jared, this is Chris, another voice I know. But I'm going to follow you now. And if you go to my page,
Okay.
you can see a video of Trudell and I nudging each other physically.
Okay.
Like rabbits.
Yeah. So if you're
I
into
mean,
that.
you guys just want me to go look through your Instagram pages tonight? I got a game to watch.
Yeah, but after the game, if you're in your hotel room and want some entertainment, there's a video of Trudell and I nudging.
Hold on. I am in Oklahoma City on a Tuesday night. You think I'm staying in my hotel room? Sedano and I are going nuts tonight.
We're getting down.
Yeah, watching Instagram.
Wait, you two guys are getting down?
Oh, the whole
Yeah.
NBA's getting down. There's not
Bricktown.
There's not that many places to get down in Bricktown late
Oh
at
my
night.
goodness. Yeah, where there's yep.
All right.
All right, Jared.
Well,
This
Jared,
is a big hotel bar city.
Yeah. Follow me
Well,
back,
Jared-
bro. We're like going to be BFFs
No,
immediately.
don't do it. Don't do it.
No, and you could. And,
How offended will you be when I don't do it?
well, let me ask you
He'll
this
never let
question.
it go.
Let me
He'll
tell you.
never let
Let
it
me
go.
tell you this right now. If you don't follow
Yeah.
me back, I got bad news. I have a sideline reporter ranking system. And if you want to break into the top 5.
You want a Curry favor?
Right.
Is that what it is?
If you want to get ahead of Lisa Salters, if you want to get ahead of Pam Oliver, if you want to get ahead of any of these ladies.
So this is across all sports?
Yes.
It's across all sports. And
are there any men in the top 5?
George is in the top 5 after a report he did last week. Trudell is not my top 5 right now. But, Jared, you have a great opportunity to jump in. Tracy Wolfson's in there. I'll tell you that right now.
Where am I? Where am I?
Others receiving votes.
There's only 5 spots.
Receiving votes.
There's only 5 spots.
You're receiving votes right now. But tonight could change everything, man.
I'm glad you told this to me at the end of this conversation.
Yeah.
Well,
because I would not have joined the show.
Look at that. Because you're not in the top 5.
It's like I got a good one for you. Can I bring it back to basketball real quick?
Yeah.
Because I'm curious about this.
Yeah.
You're an award voter.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna be very clear here on this.
Yeah.
I have a great relationship with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
And I'm going to safely assume here over the next however long, we're going to find out that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander won MVP.
Yes.
And at some point during this series, as for my coverage of TNT, I'm doing the Western Conference Finals for TNT.
Right.
I'm going to have to interview Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Right.
At some point, he's going to find out this week or next that I did not vote for him.
Ooh, yeah. Well, the reality is, I think if he does ask, you just are honest with him there. Now, I did vote for him. Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
Yeah, dude.
No.
All you got to do is tell him how much you want to share in his aura, and he'll just love you. Trust me when I tell you.
I did say that to him.
Is it a Canadian thing?
Thank you for letting me share in your aura. I'm not Canadian, but
do you want to be Canadian?
I like Canada. Like Tony Kornheiser does. He says goodnight Canada every night.
Right. He does.
Very similar in my way. Like I went to Canada shortly after we honeymooned, and then we didn't have a lot of vacation time left, so we were in Connecticut, and we just said, hey, let's do Toronto.
It's a great story.
Yeah. So, love Canada.
Well, Jared, it's been great.
Greenberg.
It's been amazing.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Can we do this again tomorrow?
Yeah, you can do it tomorrow.
Game
Thursday.
2, feel free.
Yeah, Thursday for sure.
The Pride of Hofstra. Get it right.
We got to fill some YouTube
YouTube
time.
Yeah, bring that up.
There it is.
Hey, and by the way, there's a huge Hofstra in LA program.
Oh, yeah,
right
there
now.
is.
Is there really?
Swear to God, yeah.
Does Wayne Corbett show up or no?
Marcus Colston. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody? Can anybody name any other players other than Wayne and Marcus?
I can. I can.
Well, I know
I
you
can.
can.
You went to school there, so you definitely should.
Come on, you covered a couple.
Oh, no.
No,
I covered a couple.
Only ACC. I know you, bro.
It's not the ACC.
I know you, bro.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I'm on ACC now
Network.
these
Yeah,
days.
that's right.
Yeah, these days it's all
You're big
ACC
time.
in my head. Jared,
Hey there.
Urban later.
I'm George Sedano.
Urban later.
All right, thank you, Jared, for stopping by.
Follow me.
All right, guys. I'm
you.
officially blocking all of you in the studio right now. Goodbye. Thank you,
dude.
guys.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you,
Al.
man.
All right, who's next,
all
George?
right.
Who's next?
George,
How about
why don't
Kurt?
you-
We'll see who
Nobody
stops
now.
by.
George, why don't you tell us about our friends at Cadillac in Beverly Hills?
Yeah, I will. Excited to announce right here and right now our brand new partnership with perhaps the nicest dealership in America, Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Listen, we all know Cadillac. But when was the last time you'd driven one? And I'll tell you this, man. I remember my dad, when he got his first Cadillac, I mean, it was unreal. That DeVille, he loved every second of it. May he rest in peace. Loved his Cadillac. And I loved it as a kid growing up. I remember sitting there, and I would sleep in the back. This is pre-seatbelts. But, I mean, it really drove like a dream. And I'll tell you what, they drive even better now. So you got to get out to Cadillac of Beverly Hills. They'll take great care of you. All right? My guy Tony's going to take good care of you when you're there. The new lineup of Cadillac EVs, sedans, and SUVs, they define luxury at the top of its game. You know you've made it when you've got a Cadillac, okay? And you can find them all at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Go in and say hello to the incredible team, as I mentioned, at Cadillac of Beverly Hills, and check out their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And, of course, online, CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
All right, we're going to take a time out for a few minutes, then more fun and frivolity, Cappy. Are you ready for that? Can you turn your mic on? This isn't Tulsa.
Are you sure? Because after yesterday, I think it is. I was thinking that George could maybe get Big Perk to come by the show next.
Maybe. You never know.
Or Wendy.
He's on Sports Center.
Or Wendy. How about Wendy?
Wendy's, I don't know. He's gone. I don't see him out here anymore.
We're going to tell you, you never know who's going to join the show. That's why you're going to keep listening all afternoon. Sedano and Cap on 710.
Hey, guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gat today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergat.com.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized...
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
What's this clip that you say I can bully you? Really? God, I'm not in the room. You bashed me, huh? Cap, is that what you do?
Did you not hear what I said?
3:55 on a live imaging Tuesday on Sedano and Kap. On this day, the number one hit, Wings, Paul McCartney up front. In 1978, they had the song With a Little Luck. How about that? And today is National Pick Strawberries Day. I like some strawberry. Nowadays that I eat healthy.
Oh, I love it. Strawberries from a farmer's market.
Oh, yeah. And you put it in a little Greek yogurt, the vanilla. You swirl it around.
Oh, it's delicious.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so refreshing. It goes down smooth.
Yeah, it does, actually.
3:55. We only got Sedano for a few minutes because, he's got to work.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget OKC, Minnesota. The game is on at 5:30. We'll bring that to you on 7:10 a.m. and on the all-new ESPN LA app. And, of course, the YouTube will continue till 6.
Yeah, I'm taking over at 5:30.
So, Cappy, you like Jared Greenberg?
I do. I've just followed him on Twitter and on Instagram. Next thing is TikTok, maybe Facebook. Maybe I'll even Snapchat with him. I'm definitely going to follow him on LinkedIn.
He's a funny dude. I love
What's so funny?
He was good.
He does turtlenecks during the season, too. He's
No,
smooth
but
with
I'm
them.
saying, yeah, he's also a turtleneck brother. Yes. Yeah, Christopher.
Yes.
Christopher, he's funny, right?
No, he was very good.
He's very dry, wit, quick, funny. Yeah, he's very good.
How old a guy is he, you think?
He was born in 84.
He's got early to mid-40s. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's 40.
Okay. All right.
New York, Jersey guy.
He kind of reminded me of a funnier Dave McMiniman. Like, Dave McMiniman's funny, but Jared was funnier.
Yeah, Dave's dry with his humor.
Yeah, but Dave's funny, though.
So's Jared.
Yeah.
So's Jared.
No, I like
Jared
Jared.
had a
I
little
enjoyed
zinger.
it very much. And the fact that he made sense of like 7 different people talking to him.
Right.
And us just telling random
That's
stories.
a pro.
No, it was a pro.
I liked when he said, wait a second, people are driving down the road trying to follow this story right now. He's a good point.
Yeah.
It was all over the place.
All right, George, before you leave us, why don't you tell us about our friend, another pro, Jacob Emrani?
Yeah, and if you're riding in the back seat of Uber or Lyft and you get injured, man, you got to call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710. And you're really any kind of accident, but specifically Uber or Lyft because they're completely different than a normal wreck. Your driver's covered by Uber or Lyft, so not only are you dealing with the other person's insurance, you need to speak to the rideshare company's insurance too. So you don't want to deal with this on your own. Trust me, all right? That's why you call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 send you because you're a third wheel in this situation, and insurance companies just want to give you the quick payment, so you just go away. You need an expert. And my guy Jacob, he's an expert when it comes to handling Uber and Lyft accidents. Years ago, Jacob and his team took on these cases before all the other attorneys did. Jacob understands all the nuances involved with these particular accidents. So if you're injured in any type of rideshare accident, you need to call an attorney who's respected. And call Jacob because he's the real deal. Call Jacob and tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Or visit them online at calljacob.com. And by the way, if you or a loved one have been injured or lost property due to the recent wildfires, call Jacob for a free case evaluation because together, Christopher, we will rebuild. Now, we got like 2 more minutes here if you got anything. Cappy, what are you going to do? Are you going to burn the house down while I'm gone?
I may. I'm not
Cappy,
sure.
please.
Let's do it, Cap.
I may do it. I got Beto
Bring
here.
it
who's gonna
down.
help
And
me.
we're matching,
Yeah.
George. V-necks.
Yeah, me and
Yeah, because how could this place survive without Cappy and Beto?
Right.
It wouldn't.
Well,
It's funny you say that.
What other Latinos did you bring in here?
Right. What other Latinos?
Please.
You tell us.
Please.
You tell us.
Escott?
Right. Escott.
Escott.
Escott is aquí.
Go ahead.
Es aquí. Ahora.
Cap, you'll never work again in this market
Why is that?
because I'll make sure of it.
Oh, get out of here. Get lost.
So you know what? You better not try to burn it down.
I may
Hey,
burn it down.
Fioline's got you, bro. Don't worry about it.
Especially after I just listened to that clip.
Yeah,
You
what
bashing
happened?
me while I was out of the room.
No bash.
No bash. No bash.
No bash.
No bash.
Ain't no bashing.
What about Baby Bash?
Maybe a little baby.
Oh, Grant in L.A. Did you see this tweet,
Go ahead.
Christopher?
I did not. Go
Grant
ahead.
in L.A., who I think is arguably the best tweeter in our Sedano and Cap circle of
He's
trust
the only
community.
one that matters.
Go ahead.
Sedano and Cap are running the show, but Morales really inserts himself in it. He's really the Jordan Hudson of the station.
Oh,
That's fine. She's about to be a
yes.
very rich woman.
Right. You are a hot piece of ass, is what you are.
Have you seen me in
Oh,
red
my.
pants like
Oh,
her?
you are hot, dude. You
Dead
are sexy.
Meow tweets that this has been the easiest paycheck Beto has ever made. Probably got
That
like 2
is
words
true.
into the
Yeah,
first
that
hour.
is true.
Yeah, exactly.
That is true.
See you at Ballast Point. We're there.
Ballast Point.
That's why I took dead drinking a couple weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're at Ballast Point. Oh, nice guy, that guy.
Remember when we had that big remote there for the Lakers draft lottery like 7 years ago?
Nah, I wasn't working here at that time.
Oh, you weren't?
No.
Oh, all right. Anyway.
But I was there.
Am
All
I
right,
really
kids.
creepy, though? Am I really creepy? I
Yes.
don't think I'm creepy.
Yes. If you have to ask.
Why am I
If you have
creepy?
to
You're the
ask. If you
epitome
have
of
to
creep.
ask.
I'm creepy?
Yeah,
Here's
if
what
you
I
have to ask,
saw.
the answer is yes.
And here's what I guarantee you, Cap. If you act up, it'll be Sedano and Trudell so fast your head will spin.
Why Sedano and Trudell?
Because that's what I
What
just
happened
said.
to Sedano and Beto?
It could be Sedano and Beto. So, But he is also saying he's going to burn it down.
Oh,
I'm on Team Cappy.
Let's burn it.
I'm making your merch, baby.
We'll burn it down.
Burn it down.
Yeah,
Burn it down.
is going to be the new shirt. Right.
All
I'm
right,
gonna have
while
a new
you guys
series,
burn it down,
F-Sodium and burn it down.
I got to run. See ya.
Where are you going?
4 o'clock in the Southland. Now, that was a fun hour. You could say we could have done that hour on YouTube with no problem.
That would have been good.
Here's one other reminder, unless he gets fired first. Double down with Cappy at the you won't. At the $10,000 Blackjack tournament, Friday, June 6th at our new partner, Parkview Bicycle Casino. It's going to be a Sedano and Cap live broadcast from 3 to 6 p.m. Then you could join us and check in for the tournament. Say double down with Cappy at the player rewards desk for free entry into the tournament. Reserve your spot right now at ESPNLA.com. This is our first ever Blackjack tournament, Cappy.
I'm super stoked.
I'm going to be there with you.
They got Cappy Cash now that they're handing out to people.
Stop it.
No, you haven't seen this?
At Park West
Oh, you
Bicycle
have to see
Casino.
this.
Plus, have you ever been in Bell Gardens? We're going to show you around in Bell Gardens, Cappy.
Me and Beto were talking about going to play some blackjack tonight down at the bike.
Oh,
It's right on
beautiful.
the other side of the Long Beach, right there on the 605. There's an In-N-Out right there, Cappy. A couple nice little bars.
Christopher, a little in and out tonight?
No, I got to walk tonight.
My sodium.
No, he gets it without sodium.
I try to get the sodium.
I eat in and out almost every day. They do a no-salt burger, no-salt fries for me. I do it between walks. Anyway, all of that and so much more. It's
Why don't we
401.
walk? We'll walk to the bicycle casino.
That's a far walk.
17 miles. No big deal.
And by the way, we might get shanked on the way there.
Oh, for sure.
Wow.
Especially with you.
Yeah.
Because
I'll protect you.
You get nervous just in downtown LA at 6 a.m.
I will protect
Wait,
you.
it's Bell Gardens?
Oh,
Yeah, what are you doing 9 p.m. in
Oh, I
Bell
thought it was
Gardens?
Hawaiian Gardens. Oh,
No.
you're going Bell Gardens right off the 710.
Yeah.
By Southgate.
Yes.
Oh, Cappy, you ain't ready.
I am ready. I am ready. Let's go get some tacos tonight. It's Taco Tuesday.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
not
let's
too
go to
far.
the bike. Let's go play
That's
some
a good
blackjack
spot,
tonight.
man. They have a good restaurant in there. It's a
All
good
right, what
stop.
you need to know, and this whole Michigas is coming up next.
The what?
Michigas.
No, you said
Michigas.
Oh, Michigas. All the Michigas.
Do we have to teach you everything?
The whole Michigas coming up in about 3 minutes, I'm guessing. Yeah, that sounds about right. 3 minutes, we're back here. Sedano and Cap on.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the player's reward desk and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrecht. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
A more urgent visit to the emergency room rather than waiting to see the doctor. If none of these signs are present, it's safe to wait it out, rest for a few days, and seek medical care from your doctor within a week or so. Hope that helps. Keep stretching your back. If that doesn't get better in a week or 10 days, that's when it's time to seek the orthopedic specialist. Hope this keeps you on the field, and keep listening. We'll be back soon.
Keep listening for more on the road to recovery right here on 710 ESPN.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
4:04 on a live imaging Tuesday. Sedano and Kap. No Sedano right now. He's done with his hour of service, but we got Beto.
Yeah. His hour of service.
He's so worried about YouTube, he's not even here for it. By the way, 5:30.
I'm here.
We will bring you Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals on 710 ESPN and on the all-new ESPN LA app. What you're going to do is you're going to look for that ESPN tile. It says National Broadcast. You just click that. Meanwhile, at the same time, we'll do a bonus half hour on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles and on the all-new ESPN LA app under the Listen Live. It's unadulterated.
Uncensored.
It's uncensored.
Unadulterated.
Yeah, I don't know
Isn't
what
it unadulterated?
Yeah, whatever.
Unadulterated is a totally different word, isn't it?
What's
Yeah, I think so.
unadulterated?
Look at it. It's different than unadulterated. Is under.
I know because I said it on purpose just to say something offhand.
But
unadulterated is not mixed or diluted with any different or extra elements.
So there you go.
Complete and absolute.
It is unadulterated. It's uncensored, and it's going to be uncut.
Okay.
With that, it's time for what you need to know. Hit the billboard. You do the billboard.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, what you need to know is being brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are.
Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. So what you need to know is that more than 80% of Japanese tourists to the LA area come to the Dodgers games to see Shohei Ohtani.
Shouts out.
And I think that is awesome. I saw this in
Shohei Ohtani.
Exactly. The Athletic. Andy McCullough did a story
Yeah,
about
I read the
it.
same.
Yeah.
Really, really good info now.
And they said like there's people.
Are you opening this on the air?
What are you doing, guys? She's telling the story.
I'm listening to
okay,
every
go
word
ahead.
she's saying.
You're good.
I'm listening to every word she's saying.
Go ahead, Wins.
No,
I'd rather
just,
hear from you than Sedano or Kap any day.
Right. Keep
You're
going.
like the kid with the teacher's trying to teach.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, teacher, I wasn't paying attention. Of
I'm
course,
paying
because you're
attention to every
opening
word
the box.
she's listening. She's saying. Go ahead.
Silvertooth kid.
So
over there.
all these Japanese tourists come to L.A. and they all go to Dodger games, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's freaking awesome. That like 9 out of 8.5 to 9 out of 10 people that come here from Japan to visit go to see a Dodgers game.
Yeah, so they're selling packages out of Japan to come see the Dodgers, and they're buying for the weekend. So it's not just one game; it's
Yeah,
a
they go to
couple
multiple
games, maybe the entire series. They come here for the series, and then they go back. Like that's the sole purpose of showing up here for Ohtani.
What's a flight from Tokyo to L.A.? How long is it? Does anybody know? I've never been.
It's like
14 hours.
something
Come
like
on,
that.
really?
Yeah.
14 hours, Funchy Lover?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a long time.
It's
Maybe-
because
maybe
the
longer
Dodgers
than
have
that.
catered to that country, where the Angels are like, oh, we have Ohtani, not really, but no, they've really gone above and beyond to cater to him. So we make it.
Shohei Ohtani.
So by the way, speaking of that drop, hit the tush push one.
Tush push.
They're voting on that tomorrow.
Yeah, they said that it looks like they could actually ban it.
That's ridiculous.
I agree with you, Cap, but that's what it's looking like.
Banning the
Wait,
tush
the
push.
Eagles play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something they're voting on?
That's
They're
getting
gonna
voted
ban
on
it.
by the rules
They're
committee
going to ban
tomorrow.
it. You know why? Because 31 teams are bad at it and one team is good at it. So the other 31 teams are like, we don't like that play.
The NFL owners are voting tomorrow on the tush push.
Yeah.
But there's one main team that was voting on that. That was the Green Bay Packers because, obviously the Eagles were killing them in
Yeah.
the tush push the whole game.
It's a 11-hour flight to Japan. My boy Bugatti did it when he went to opening day.
Oh, Bugatti
11
went?
hours.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so the guy's doing your merch,
Yeah.
Bugatti. I told
Okay.
you he's a big
Yeah.
listener. He knows all about you.
So my boy Robert
This is going to
Montez,
turn out so bad.
who is the owner, or excuse me, the general manager of the East Central Hotel, he went to Japan because he wanted to go to those Dodger games.
Yeah.
And tickets were like ungettable.
We had him.
Well, I had him too because I sent at the last minute. I was like, "Yo, bro, I just came into 2 tickets for you."
Oh, wow.
But by that time, he'd already left Tokyo to go see some other part of the country. So
Wait a minute, how did you get Japanese tickets?
You can get that, but you can't get Torrey Pines.
I know, right?
How did you get those?
Well, because Robert wanted to go to the games.
I understand.
And I called a friend at the Dodgers and said, "Hey, I need a couple of tickets."
Hey, Shohei.
And Shohei was like, "Hey, sorry, man, I can't help you out." And then
Hey, Decoy.
Right, and then at the last
Shohei
minute,
Ohtani.
somebody called me. And then when I got you the tickets, and then I called Robert. I'm like, "Yo, I got you the tickets." He's like, "I'm not in Tokyo anymore." He went on with his trip. I let him down. I let him down with the tickets. He hate-kinged me, and I didn't hate.
You didn't let him down because you came through.
I did come through in the end.
You came through.
I did.
He left on his own.
He did. He didn't have faith in me.
Robert Montez, the general manager of the East Central Hotel, our home away from home.
That's exactly right.
I can't now. I think so. I don't have 3 levels of towels at my home. I do, but I don't use the middle towels in my home.
Mm-hmm.
I have a washcloth and I have the big towels, and I wear a robe, much like the East Central robe.
I like to wear a robe too.
But the second level towels are unmistakable.
What do you do with them?
I use them on my privates.
Oh,
and
really?
when I get out of the shower.
Right.
So I've got the big towel, which
Yeah.
now fits around me. For a long time, it didn't fit around the circumference
Okay.
of my body because I was large.
So
Wait,
you
you don't-
start off with the middle towel?
You
when
don't
you're
use
private?
hand towels at your house?
I use washcloths in the shower.
But I'm saying like the
yes,
middle towels
in the
are-
bathrooms,
yeah.
but I don't have like a middle towel to dry off.
Well,
So
yeah,
wait,
I feel
so what
like
do you
that's
do?
all they're for, though, is the hand towel.
You dry off the body and then with the middle towel, then you start to work on the
yes
on the scotch.
On the scotch.
And then is that the same towel that you use to dry your hands when you you dry your hands? Wash them?
That towel goes into the hamper.
Oh, nonsense! I say you dry off the scotch, then you put it up on the counter, and then you dry your face with that thing.
Yeah, how do you know? Like if you is it just hanging there with your large towel or no?
No, it goes right in the hamper.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, the scotch towel.
Yeah.
Poor Kasim, who's training today with DeAndre.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Kasim is like what? He just graduated, by the way. Because congratulations,
Mazel
Kasim.
tov, Kasim.
And now he's here it is, an afternoon drive talking about scotch.
Right. It's like, what is a scotch
Hey,
exactly?
Kasim, what did I tell you before? This is the worst day for you to learn anything.
No, I said it's a great day because he's just going to realize that, like, you know.
That he shouldn't work here. Like, go to business school, guy.
It's funny, like, when Brian Cohen did our show recently, he turned around to me halfway through the show and he's like,
This
the
is
show
fun."
is, it's different than what I'm used to. It's definitely different.
Yeah, because he's usually falling asleep during his show he works on.
Wow.
I'll tell you about Saturday Night Live.
410, by the way.
That is awful. So I received today, a package here at 710.
Okay.
Yo, you opened it.
And I opened half of it while Lindsay was talking about the whole Ohtani story, about how all these Japanese tourists come to L.A. specifically just to see Ohtani. As I'm opening this package, does anybody know what's going on in here?
No.
Time out. Can I take you behind the curtain while he's opening this package?
Go ahead.
So when I was on the phone with Cap doing our show prep, you know, sometimes Cappy wants like a song that's like a theme of what we're talking about behind us, you know, underneath us.
Real 90s radio.
Right. And you know what he wanted me to play while he was opening this package today?
Right.
Bleep in a Box from SNL. That's what he wanted to play while he was opening this. And I said,
Right.
I don't know about that, Cap. I don't know.
Oh,
if that-
scotch in a box?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if that's such a good move. And he goes, why?
Yeah,
why?
why?
It's
We
funny.
can't play that on the radio.
Well, there's an edited version.
YouTube.
You know?
Get that scotch in a box.
Well, what did we decide? I said Alice in Chains. I'm a man in a box.
Yes, that was option 2.
Why don't you just open the box? How about that?
And what was the third option? What did you come up with, Lindsay Baseball?
Oh, no, I did. I sent you, like, as a joke, LOL, the song that's like, Little Boxes on the Hilltop.
Oh,
little
right.
Boxes.
From, what was the name of that show on
Weeds.
Showtime? Weeds.
That's a
Love
great
that show.
show.
That was a great show.
But it's an old song.
Get a scotch in the box.
So we didn't do Scotch in the Box?
Me, Funch, and DeAndre
I
just
think-
look at each
I
other
think
like,
Don't you just want
Everybody here
Lakers
kind of-
post game to start already, brother?
hey, Walrus and Encino.
The tribe voted it down, Captain.
So I've just opened the box, and let me
What's
tell
in the box?
You want to know what's in it?
What?
You ready?
Aren't we doing Funchy on the street later?
We are, during
Okay.
YouTube. You want to know what's in this box?
What you got?
Looky there.
Ohtani bobblehead.
Shohei Ohtani.
You see that, D?
Nice.
See that? You went to the game
That's right.
with Armin, who won our dinner at Fleming's, and Armin knew that I wanted one of these Ohtani 50-50 Club bobbleheads, and he made me a deal. You know what he told me? Beto, you're going to love this.
I
I
already
don't
know.
know if I want to know.
I already know the deal.
He told the deal is that I have to use the Ohtani bobblehead during the Cappy Cast, next to all my favorites: Dick Enberg, Junior Seau,
Mark Loretta,
Brian Dutcher, you know,
Steve Fisher,
right? Bill Walton,
Hacksaw.
and so he wants the Ohtani bobblehead on the Cappy Cast. Armin, you got it, buddy.
What would Armin and you do if I just bust that up? Especially with the
why?
Dodgers
Why would
losing.
you bust Ohtani?
Dodgers getting swept by the Angels over the weekend.
That was
That was
embarrassing.
bad, yeah.
That was embarrassing.
And then losing last night to the
pasa
Diamondbacks.
nada. No pasa nada.
I
nada.
had to insert a little bit
No
of
pasa nada. Relax.
Sí pasa nada. Sí pasa nada.
I had to insert a little bit of
No
sports.
pasa nada means nothing happened. Don't worry about it. No
Yeah,
big
he was
deal.
on-
And I'm
then you
saying
said,
worry
"Sí
about
pasa
it. Right,
nada."
worry about it.
Leave it to Christopher to be the one who brings us back to sports.
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, that's kind of like Greg and I have listening sessions, and Greg works with me. And Greg said, like, you need to be the point man sometimes because Cappy's just not there half the time.
Oh, my God. He's not here?
He means mentally you're not there.
Mentally,
you're
I'm just
so
not here?
off the radar.
I'm way off
What?
the radar.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Hey, if you don't think an Ohtani bobblehead is sports talk, you're wrong, pal. Okay, you are wrong.
I mean, we did 40 minutes with Jared Greenberg. I'm sure our LA audience loved that.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
They seemed to love it.
Yeah, he was good.
Seriously, everybody's
They're like,
commenting.
oh, yeah, is that the guy who used to do mornings on the station? No, that's Mike Greenberg.
Different
Oh,
Greenberg.
Greeny.
He's a national sideline reporter.
I hear Funchy laughing in the background. By the way, I got Funches. That's all
Like
I
Greeny.
need.
Oh, Greeny.
I just
Yes,
needed one.
Stolik.
I just needed one.
I'm here.
Because we used to board up that morning show back when it was like 3 in the morning. Me, Funch, and Mario, we rotate around.
The Mike and Mike show.
We would hear the Mike and Mike. Oh, Greeny. Yes, Stolik. Like, oh my God, those promos are.
Yeah, you keep it up. You'll be backboard hopping that show.
I wish I would work more. What up, DeAndre? Can you trade me?
Tomorrow, will George tell us all that Stephen A. was there at Oklahoma City and Stephen A. brought it in, and that Michael Malone, the former Denver coach now working for
that's who
ESPN,
that is?
he brought it in. Like, is George going to brag to us about all the bringing it in tomorrow? He's already given us the A-Rod.
Well, he already
bringing it in.
gave us the Bob Myers was on the flight.
Yeah,
with
Bob
him.
Myers on the flight, and A-Rod brought it in.
Nah, he won't bring it in with Stephen A.
No, you don't think so?
Nah,
Oh.
Malone, he'll have a conversation with him.
You don't think he'll bring it in with Stephen A?
Nah.
Why not?
Because Stephen A. is he has too much aura.
Okay.
Because he's the biggest thing there in Oklahoma City. So he's gonna walk around.
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
Stephen A. is gonna walk in with like his own personal video crew. They're
Okay.
gonna do a big thing about him walking in.
All the more reason for George to get in on it.
Nah,
You don't think so?
George looking like I know him.
Nah.
Dude, he used to work here, right, Funch? Remember, he used to tell us, "Can you guys go get me some McDonald's?"
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was
Burger
the early
King.
days. Those were the early
Yeah,
days.
he thought we were
For sandwich.
He thought we were here to go get him food. We're like, no, we're the board op for your
Yeah,
show.
he told Mario to go get him like some pancakes from Burger King.
Some pancakes.
That's amazing.
Back when we were in Culver City.
That's
Hey,
amazing.
Stephen A., let me get you some pancakes.
No, this is back when he came back from Fox.
He wants to syrup with that.
No, Mario told us, nah,
Exactly.
man, I don't do
Hey,
that.
Double
Hey,
syrup.
Hey,
They're
I'm
hotcakes.
going to talk to you
They're
like a
hotcakes.
father. I want to dip my sausage in some syrup.
Nah, man, because that was after his Fox days, so he didn't have a job. He wasn't
Hey,
working here all the time.
Stephen A., let me tell you my dream about being the voice of LAFC.
Oh, this was mid 2000s. Mario put him down like, nah, man, I don't do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so did Funch. Like, we ain't going.
Funch?
We ain't
Oh,
going.
he
to
didn't
La
ask me. He
Get
didn't
out.
ask me.
We ain't going to La Cienega. Mm-mm.
Ask Mario.
Nah, man, I'm not getting you no pancakes, man. Nah.
I'm going to dip the sausage in the syrup.
Wow, we did an interesting 15 minutes
I'm
of
going to
radio there.
bloviate.
Wow.
By the way, real quick, do you know a high school senior who's a leader, a scholar, and athlete? Nominate them for the ESPN LA All-Star Student, presented by Rotolo Chevrolet. 5 winners, $500 scholarships. VIP treatment at our All-Star Friday event. Nominate your All-Star Student today at ESPNLA.com. Thanks to Rotolo Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the West region. 13 years, California one. I don't know what the copy's saying. But come see what all the fun is about at Rotolo Chevrolet. Cappy, before we have more fun and frivolity, why don't you tell us about our friends at Ocean Subaru?
I would love to. So, first of all, big shout out to my man Omar down at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. What a great store. Amazing place. But here's the one thing I want to shout out, Omar, because you know what? I have driven so many different Subaru products, the Solterra, the Crosstrek, the Forester. They're all incredible. Right now, I'm driving a Subaru Outback. Let me tell you something about this car. You talk about fuel efficiency. Last week, I drove from South LA to downtown LA, out to Woodland Hills and back to downtown LA, then down to Manhattan Beach, then back up to downtown LA, then all the way back to Anaheim, and then to South LA, and then schlepped all around South LA, and finally got gas today. This thing must have had about 500 miles in range. I don't know exactly what the number was, but I'm telling you, the fuel efficiency of the new Subaru Outback is incredible. So if you are thinking about a brand new Subaru, which is a great vehicle for your lifestyle, you want to put those surfboards up on top, the snowboards, the skis, you want to pack in the dogs, the kids, the soccer balls, the baseball equipment, you want to be in one of the safest, if not the safest vehicle on the road, we're going to get you into the right Subaru at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, right there at 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton off the 91 freeway, or you can visit their website, oceansubaruoc.com. That's oceansubaruoc.com. And don't miss the Subaru A Lot to Love event. It's happening now, but not for much longer. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
Mason and Ireland.
My first boat lesson, very first one. I was just pulling out of the dock, and I put too much gas and hit another boat.
Oh, no.
The biggest show on the radio, weekdays at noon.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrecht. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
One of LA's best kept secrets in the heart of Los Angeles, East Central Hotel offers effortless accommodations and unparalleled accessibility. The East Central Hotel is for everyone looking for entertainment with their trendy, spacious rooms, a renovated gym.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrecht. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Their priority.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Is it time to sell your home? Whether you're downsizing, moving, or inheriting a property, call Seller's Advantage. With decades of experience, they offer custom cash solutions and can close in days. No repairs, no agents, no hassle, just a great offer that gives you peace of mind. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com. Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
I don't plan to stay with you, but, I mean, whatever you want to do.
Why not? We've shared hotel rooms before.
421 on a live imaging Tuesday. Sedano Kap. Beto's here. Happy 78th birthday to Cher.
78.
By the way, you can see it at ESPN Los Angeles on our socials. This morning, Travis, I know Travis usually gets mad because I talk about this show on their show, but I'll give Travis love. He was doing this Cher impersonation where he kept putting his, tongue in his mouth, but like that. And it was a little uncomfortable. It was like,
I guess you had to be there.
Well, you can watch the clip. And it was uncomfortable.
Cher's 78 years old.
Uncomfortable.
He made everybody uncomfortable, even DeMarco.
Really?
And, DeMarco don't always think so good because of, taking a lot of hits.
Wow. Boy, it's a joke till it ain't a joke no mo.
Yeah, by then we'll get rid of him.
Rocky's mom, huh, Funch?
Oh, my God.
Yep. Hey, Funch, any chance you could go get us a couple of, hotcakes right now?
Come on.
Some hotcakes, some croissant sandwiches,
Is that,
some Burger King.
is that
Some
possible?
McDonald's.
with some syrup with it, some butter.
Yeah.
That's more of the story.
Oh, my God.
Hey, I'm not going to do that.
Well, let me ask you guys a question.
Yes, please. Are we going to talk sports?
Are we ready to kind of get back to the show today? Are we not ready to get back to the show? What do you guys think?
Well,
We got an hour. Why not?
Yeah, what the hell? You just mentioned that something's going on at the Dodger game tonight. What's
yeah,
the
it's
promotion?
Lucha Libre night at Dodger
really?
Stadium. So there's a video. I just saw a video right now in the center field. They're going to put up a ring, and they're doing Lucha Libre.
You're going to wrestle like in the 7th inning or something?
Yeah, so there's a special jersey. If you bought the special ticket, you're going to get a special jersey, green, white, and red with wrestlers on it.
Why don't we go to the game?
Because you have to buy a special ticket to get that jersey.
No. But I'm just saying, why don't we just go to the game?
Because you know how they have the different night promotion nights. So yeah. Why don't we go to the game? Because we don't have tickets.
Come on, man. Come on, dude.
Okay.
Come on, hermano.
We don't have tickets.
We will have tickets.
Okay, we don't have parking.
We will get parking.
That's $40. I ain't paying.
Okay, we'll get parking.
Nah.
So here's the odd thing to bring it back.
You just want to be my friend tonight.
We went over to the
I want to do something fun.
I'm going tomorrow. I'm taking Parker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's up with you guys going to all these games recently? Well, you're hanging out with Parker a lot.
I've never gone anywhere with Parker.
Wasn't Parker just at the game
Yeah,
with you?
but he was with
Marcus
Oh,
Grant.
that was with Marcus Grant.
Right.
Yeah. No, tomorrow.
And then DeAndre, you were at the game.
Was, yes.
DeAndre went as a fan.
I went with the winner of the
Armin.
SK Armin.
Yeah,
for,
so
the
I'm
Cummings.
taking Parker
gotta be
tomorrow.
careful.
We have credentials, and we're going to go work and shoot some content because
Okay.
he's got to step it up in the Blue Review. He's got to go and say, look, I was on the field. I talked to Dave Roberts. I talked to the players. So I'm going to show him how a beat guy goes around and actually works at. Because
Okay.
he's been there before shooting content, but never being in the clubhouse, never being there. So I'm going to show him around, introduce him to people, man. And then that way, when I come back on Thursday, I can tell you what I heard at the Dodgers dugout.
I think we should go to the Dodger game tonight.
Then buy some tickets.
Okay, the Lucha Libre thing tonight sounds fun.
Buy tickets.
No, not about buying tickets, about getting
Cap,
tickets.
don't you have somebody that you can Hey King to get
Of
tickets?
course.
What
If
about
I was able to get-
Armand?
No, it's first of all, he's very uptight about this.
He's not
It's-
Mexican.
It's Armin.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, what about
Armand,
Armin?
no.
Okay, he's very uptight.
You can't ask Armin?
For
of
the
course I
record,
can ask
I
him.
tried to get to sports, but we got
No,
sidetracked.
hold on
This
a
is
second.
sports. It's
Right,
Dodgers.
Here's the thing. You know, the Dodgers
Been playing terrible.
They've lost 4 straight games. And here's the thing, like Arizona last night, Arizona is one of those teams that just is sort of hanging around. You know, because the Dodgers have held on to first place, Padres are kind of right behind them. The Giants are right there as well. And Arizona, who 2 years ago was in the World Series, they're just sort of in it. You know, they're not far enough back, but they're not in it. But with a win last night against the Dodgers, this whole division in the next 2 or 3 days could be flipping in terms of the standings.
Yeah, they're all separated by one game.
I will say this about the Dodgers. and I-
Diamondbacks are 3
You
games
really
back.
think the Dodgers aren't going to win the division? Honestly.
No, I do think the Dodgers will eventually get
Because I think they
pitchers
could
healthy.
go sub 100 wins. This could all fall apart.
No.
Disaster.
They're
Let's
gonna
be
get
serious.
healthy.
This is probably the worst off their roster has been in years.
So many
and they're
injuries.
still in first place.
Yes.
Right,
No
right.
problem.
But what if they
But-
keep
right.
losing?
They're
what
not
if
going
the
to
bleeding
keep-
continues?
No, but you see
Lindsey
the-
baseball.
They're going to keep getting guys back, though.
They're
Well,
going to keep making
you say
adjustments.
that,
This is why Taylor got let go. This is why Barnes got let
Right.
go. Because you need
Heart
to
and
find
soul
somebody.
guys, Beto.
Yeah,
Heart
heart
and
and
soul
soul.
guys.
I know
Heart
those
and
guys are
soul
heart
is
and soul
such
guys.
BS.
It's
man.
not
Tell it
BS.
to Cappy.
Heart
Not
and
BS.
soul is all
Not
BS.
BS.
Oh my goodness,
Not
Cappy.
BS.
The way the Dodgers are built,
Yep.
it is a mechanical thing. It is analytics. Here we go. Plug them in, plug them out.
Well, let me ask
this
you a
heart and
question.
soul stuff
Well-oiled
doesn't go
machine.
anymore.
Let me ask you a
This
question.
isn't 1985 with Dick Williams and the Padres and Gary Coleman coaching.
Well, let me
and
ask
kid
you
from
this.
left field. No.
But let me
Dick
ask you
Williams,
something.
that's a good pull.
Why did they? Good pull. Why did they get rid of an Austin Barnes? Why did they get
Because
rid
he
of a Chris
sucked.
Taylor? Okay, right. And they
Perform.
right, but also
And you
also-
need Kim to play every day.
And you know what? You look at what's going
Chris
on in the
Taylor
division.
is boom.
These guys should have pulled away in this division so long ago.
If
but
they had any
because-
kind of
but-
arms.
right? And that's my point. So when you have guys who are heart and soul guys, but they're
The heart
only-
and soul guy's not pitching. The heart and soul guy's not performing.
Exactly.
If you
and
perform,
that's when you got to get rid of them.
Look, you've performed. You could be the biggest jerk there is. They'll deal with you as long as you perform. But
these
heart
guys
and
were
soul,
not.
when you're batting 180, bye.
No, right.
Max Muncy, get on the clock because you're up next, bro.
And that's just it. So here's the thing. You know, I think a lot of Dodger fans will look at what happened against the Angels and they'll go, "Oh, it's no big deal."
It's not.
I understand it's not.
It's May.
You say that now, but if they don't start getting some guys healthy, and if they don't start,
You
getting
don't think
some of that-
Andrew Friedman's going to go and get some arms? They have
Andrew,
a stock.
Andrew Friedman went out and got 9 starting pitchers
And he's
before
gonna go
the start
find
of the
somebody
season,
else.
and he's got like 0 of them left.
And he's going to find other guys from other organizations. They're going to come through.
And that may be the case, but here's the thing: this nonchalant attitude of, well, they're going to be fine. They're still going to win the division. They're still going to win the World Series.
I didn't say World Series, but division, yeah.
But I'll just say this: that
You're going to tell me the
losing three
Padres
straight-
and the Giants and the D-backs are going to stay with them all season long? No.
If the pitching doesn't get better,
If anything,
if
the
they don't
Padres,
get some
the
starting
Giants
pitchers,
should be going past the Dodgers.
They should be.
But
you know
they're
what
not,
happened?
Because when the Dodgers got swept, your Pods got swept.
100%. But the difference is that the Padres got swept by the first place Seattle Mariners, and the Dodgers got swept at home by the lowly Angels.
It happens.
It doesn't really happen.
It
that
does
often.
happen.
When was the last time the Dodgers got swept at home by a last place team?
Last time by the Angels was 2010.
Yeah,
Okay,
15 years.
so it happens. It happens every 15 years.
No, but it happens all the time because what was his name? Jimmy Rollins would like to say. It's baseball. That was always his quote when I
Do
interviewed
you know that the
It's
Dodgers
baseball.
haven't lost 4 home games in a row since 2018?
That's how good they've been. Cappy, they're not going to
But
stay like
he's
this.
right. It's not normal.
No,
it's not normal, but it's not normal to have every single one of your pitchers on the list who's injured.
I feel like that happens to a lot of teams.
It's one thing to get
Yeah, a
swept
lot
at
of
home.
teams, and usually when that happens to other teams, they go to the last place. The Dodgers stay in first place.
It's one thing to get swept at home. It's another thing to get swept at home by little brother.
That's not even little brother, bro.
Listen, well, this is what they try and create a regional rivalry, right?
Oh,
and
the rivalry is the Giants.
And I know, but you understand how baseball this past
No,
weekend
that's in
tried.
San Diego and the Mariners. They try to do the Vetter Cup.
Well, what do you think
That was-
about the Yankees and the Mets? What do you think
That's
about the
a real
Giants and the
rivalry.
A's? What do you think about the White Sox and the Cubs?
Real rivalry.
Right, they try and make a rivalry out of something. So they try to make the Dodgers and the Angels a regional rivalry, right? I mean, I know
I get it. Marketing,
but,
yeah, you're
but
trying
here's,
to do
but
it.
here's my point.
The Angels have sucked for so many years.
The Angels have been so bad, and when Ohtani had the opportunity to stay in Anaheim,
Shohei Ohtani.
it was never even a consideration to stay in Anaheim.
No.
He was going to the Dodgers
Because he saw what Artie was doing, or
But-
lack of what he was doing.
But isn't it bizarre then that the Angels, as bad as they've been, no Mike Trout, could come to Dodger Stadium and sweep them? And for me, well, all I'm saying is this, that when you have this many pitching injuries and you get swept at home by the Angels, rather than everybody going, oh, it's no big deal, it's just baseball, I would actually be starting to be a little bit concerned right now.
If they would have got swept with their aces, if their best pitchers were out there and they get swept, oh, okay. You're getting who pitched for the Dodgers this weekend? You
Clayton
have no
Kershaw.
idea.
Clayton Kershaw.
Really?
Clayton
rocked.
Kershaw.
Really?
I
Clayton
think
was so good in AAA.
Oh, and didn't Gonsolin pitch, but he had that
Yeah,
blister
he
problem?
started bleeding all over the place.
And then they went with like a bullpen day.
It's been a bullpen day every day. The Dodgers bullpen has been overworked for the last week.
And that's
terrible.
the problem.
Yes,
Is that the
because their
starting
starters
pitching,
aren't going anywhere.
Listen, Blake Snell, if Blake Snell is not pitching in a contract year, this is what you're getting from Blake Snell.
Yeah.
So, listen, I'm just saying it like this.
So let's go.
I would be, let's go to the game
All
tonight.
right,
Right, let's go to the
In
game.
that case, it should be easy.
Yeah, Lucha Libre night tonight. Right, exactly.
Relax.
You think all
Take
these
it
Japanese
easy.
tourists want to
Hey.
go see Lucha Libre night?
Cappy.
They're selling their tickets.
Cappy, hey, learn your Spanish right here. Hey, take it easy. Take it easy.
Take it easy.
There you
Okay.
go.
All right. What does that mean in Spanish?
Take it easy.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I enjoyed
take it
that.
easy.
I enjoyed that Dodgers talk. It was good.
It's hardcore.
That was good.
It's hardcore.
All right, Radio Tinder in just a few moments. But first, Cappy, why don't you tell us about our friend Abner Gatt?
I would love to. And by the way, you drive around L.A., you're on the freeways, you can't help but see all those Abner Gatt billboards. If you follow on Instagram at Abner Gatt Inc., you'll see that Abner and his wife, they are superheroes when it comes to helping your family. Because, Beto, think about it like this. Mom, dad, son, daughter are in the kitchen, and they're standing in 3 feet of water. What do? You call Abner, and Abner Gatt's team comes and takes over. Because here's the thing. When you have an insurance company that you've been paying every single month, you expect that that insurance company is going to take care of you when you have an emergency like some major water leak. I mean, I don't know. It could be a broken toilet, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a fire sprinkler breaks in your house. And when all this water is there, you expect your insurance company to take care of you. But the insurance company's job and the insurance adjuster's job is to give you as little money as possible. I was talking to a friend of mine this past weekend. He connected with Abner Gatt, and he was telling me that Abner did not take his case, but you know what Abner did for him? He gave him a ton of advice because this guy had $50,000 worth of damage, and the insurance company only wanted to give him $10,000. If you call Abner and he's not going to take your case, guess what? He wants to help you anyway, so call him. He'll give you great advice. But I'm telling you right now that when it comes to battling your insurance company, don't do it yourself. You're not an expert. You're a doctor. You're a lawyer. You're something else in this world. You're not a negotiator with insurance companies. Abner Gatt is. Call him. 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256, or visit him online at AbnerGatt.com. Follow him on Instagram at AbnerGatt Inc. When you call, he answers. You'll know it's him when you hear him say famously, hello. Abner Gatt, your claim, our game.
Hey guys, double down with me in my first ever $10,000 blackjack tournament. It's going to happen on June 6th at the Bicycle Casino. You know it, the Park West Bicycle Casino, 888 Bicycle Casino Drive in Bell Gardens. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a live broadcast from 3 to 6. But when you walk in, I want you to say, double down with Cappy. You go to the Players Reward Desk, and you get your free entry into the tournament, which is going to start at 7 o'clock that night. Remember, it's June 6th. Double down with Cappy is going to get you a free entry into the tournament, which you're going to need to get because I'm telling you, this thing's going to fill up real fast. Live radio, real cards, big prizes, very limited seats. So lock yours in now. RSVP for more information for all the details on the tournament at ESPNLA.com.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
Match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems. Listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot.
Oh man.
4:35 on a live imaging Tuesday on Sedano and Kap. Radio Tinder time. We like to play a TV thing.
All those nights when you've got no lights.
On this day in 1993, 80 million people watched the series finale of Cheers on NBC.
Yeah.
Also, sad news today. Norm passed away.
Norm.
76 years old. The actor George Wendt. One of the most iconic characters in TV, Norm at the bar. Norm was also in a great episode of Columbo.
Oh, yeah?
He was a horse racing. He had a horse.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The horse. I can't believe he was, you said 78?
76.
76. Wow. Big guy, man.
Yeah.
Put a lot of stress on that heart.
He was a big guy.
You know?
He had one of the best lines in that show was when Woody Harrelson walked in. Everybody goes, Norm! How you doing, mister? He's like, oh, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
One of my favorite episodes was he's sitting there at the bar, and he's always wearing a sport jacket and a tie. And the other bar that there was like their rival.
Gary's Old Town Tavern.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big Cheers guy.
Cheers is great.
That's why I hate Kevin McHale. He was in that.
And Cheers holds up still.
Oh, yeah.
They sent a giant box, and they were like, Norm, can you, like, open up this box? And he's like, no, man, I don't want to pit. And they're like, what? And they're like, yeah, I don't want to sweat. So he goes to, like, take off his sport jacket, and when he takes it off, dude, his armpits are just completely soaked.
Just like you.
But, well, I mean, it was almost as if, like, the sweat would meet right here in the middle. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to pit either. It's true.
What do you know? You don't know nothing about known Cheers, huh?
I do not know.
You should watch Cheers, honestly. Anyway,
sounds
good. I don't know if it's for you.
Don't watch it.
I don't know if it's for you.
It's for funch.
Yeah.
You can.
I don't like it either.
Radio Tinder time. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our new sponsor, the Crazy Hernandez Brothers. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-624-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. All right, guys. So I've been big on life hack TikTok lately, and
what is that?
So it's just you type in life hacks, and people have the most random life hacks for everyday,
Like
problems, whatever. For example, one that's gone viral lately is when people have a migraine, they swear if you go to McDonald's and you get a Coke and a large fry, your migraine will go away.
That's a hangover too.
I've heard that though about the McDonald's fries. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
carbonation from the McDonald's is out of control.
Right, and it only tastes like that when you get it at McDonald's.
Yeah,
like
in the
soda.
drive-thru.
Right, in the drive-thru, you can't go in. And another life hack, like I was just thinking of ones I've used, like when you go to somewhere where you need a cooler, like you go camping or whatever, and you need a big cooler, and you have to pay for ice. All you do is go to the little fountain, you fill up like Ziploc bags and freeze them, and then that's your ice for like coolers, stuff like that. Where
What
it's
little
like,
fountain?
when
Like
you go
a spigot.
camping, there's like a water fountain.
Oh, okay, and then you freeze the bag.
Yeah, instead of paying a bunch of money to go buy
Ice,
buy
yeah.
ice.
That's a good one.
So anyway, I want to ask you guys if you have any like good life hacks.
I remember my friends at USC in the frat house. They would say one way to clean the toilet, because frat house is always dirty, was get a Coke can and pour it in the toilet, and that was like the get rid of the ring.
Ew.
Yeah, but 20-year-old guys and actually did clean it.
Fight on.
Really?
Thanks.
Wow. I don't really have a life hack. I feel stupid
Don't
that I
get
don't have a life
divorced.
hack.
That's a good one for you.
Don't have kids.
Yeah, well, right. I'd have a boat if I didn't have 4 kids.
Happy, I actually think you told us the life hack about the chicken, about how to debone the chicken. Remember?
Okay, you know what? Thank you, Lindsay. That's a great one.
How do you debone the chicken?
Okay, so here's what you do.
He found it on TikTok.
Right, you're right. You go get a rotisserie chicken.
Right.
Right. You put it in one of those 5-gallon Ziploc bags.
Just like the ice.
Right, and then you just start shaking that thing, and then you massage it all out. Right, and then
I've done that. I've done that.
Right, and then all of a sudden it debones the entire chicken.
But why do I want to debone it?
Because you don't want to pick it apart and stuff. You
Yeah,
know?
no, it's good. It's good like that.
He just has a bunch of
A lot
shredded
of
chicken
people,
for the week.
Yeah, a
Debone
lot
that
of
whole
people
thing.
buy those. My mom, for example, she'll buy like a rotisserie chicken and it'll last her like 3 days, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna put this chicken in the salad. I'm gonna use this
absolutely.
with this."
Yeah.
So if you just want to debone it all at once, Cappy told me that, and I've actually tried it.
Yeah,
before.
it's good. That
Works
one really
great.
worked. But I did learn that on TikTok, as a matter of fact.
Yep. So check out TikTok's life hacks. Funchy, did you say that you had a life hack?
Just a hangover remedy.
I
I mean, Anthony.
big fat
I
bowl
got
of
this from
weed.
I got this from Anthony Bourdain. Yes, really, really spicy Chinese food or Asian food or whatever.
Shut up.
Coke, some soda, and weed.
Weed.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a Bourdain.
That's Anthony Bourdain. Yeah,
Or menudo.
Hashtag life hacks.
I'm here.
I used to be a big Pissole guy. That was my thing.
Pozole?
Pozole,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
get after it.
I mean, people who get up the next morning after a hangover, they're like, hair of the dog. I need a.
Yeah,
I
you
need
do.
a,
Oh, I used to do it all the
Get
time.
right back at it. Don't be a quitter.
No, but
Don't be a quitter.
I think weed is better for a hangover.
And I'm going to be honest. I'm so glad those days are over in my life.
Yeah.
Nah,
Not
we miss
waking
you.
up without hangovers is the most beautiful thing.
Nah. That
I
was
got
that
choked up.
I had a
talking
bit of
about
a
it.
Kit Kat in
Yeah.
my throat.
That was you ever been watching? Work with Mike. We end up watching old shows. The Dean Martin roast.
No, can't
Oh,
tell you.
those
I
are the
saw
best.
that one.
Hilarious.
Oh,
but
yeah.
The other day he had a line. He said, "I feel bad for people who don't drink because that's when they wake up. That's the best they'll ever feel. Because when you're hungover, the day gets better and better.
You know, it was all a bit. Dean Martin never drank.
Stop it.
No, he was drinking apple juice.
Stop.
Yeah, he didn't drink.
What the hell of an actor then?
No, he pretended to be drunk.
Oh,
Wow,
Then why
no
was his
way,
face all
really?
red?
Yeah, he didn't drink.
Oh man,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
he just popped every other pill or
That's,
something.
that's
Probably.
actually very iconic because if he's pretending to be drunk, people probably have lower expectations or they can just chalk up any mistakes like, oh, he's drunk.
Right.
So it's actually kind of a good idea.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys the next one?
Funchy lover.
All right, guys.
Summer of
I was
Funch.
watching one of my favorite movies before I got here, Swingers,
I love
with
Swingers.
John Favreau and
Love
Vince
Swingers.
Vaughn and everybody.
Vegas, baby.
Vegas!
Yes.
Some money, Funch.
Yes, let's
Yeah.
go. Yes, baby.
At 11,
Yes,
you always double
everybody.
down on 11.
Always
Is
double
the
down.
Dresden still around? The Dresden?
It is still around,
Is it?
but the people that that couple, that really old
Yeah,
couple,
yeah,
I think they retired.
no,
or one of them
he
died.
just died.
Yeah, one of them died, right?
Yeah, one of them just died.
That's too bad. The Dresden's a great place.
Yes,
It's like
it
one of
is.
my
Awesome.
one of my favorite scenes is when they go there and then they get into like what's going to be a fight in the parking lot, right? And then Sue pulls out a gun and they're like, "You don't understand, Mike. You're not from here." He's like, "You don't know how it is in L.A." And they're like, "Sue, you're from Anaheim. Okay, relax."
Well, anyway, in the first 20 minutes of the movie, Vince Vaughn and John Favreau go to Vegas for a one-nighter.
Yeah.
And they have their thing, the double down, and all that stuff happens. They
Double
meet the
down. They
waitresses.
always hit the 11.
Yes, always sit on 11. They meet the waitresses. Things get a little
Go to the
spicy,
trailer
whatever.
park. Right,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. But they
What time
spend
you off?
one night in Vegas, and I spent a couple nights just one-nighters in Vegas. Lindsay told me she did too. Question is, have you guys spent one night in Vegas? Just come on, Beto. I know Beto and Cappy Chris got some
So
stories.
one
Let's go.
time, I flew in for an event. It's back when the Palms were owned by
The Maloofs.
The Maloofs.
Yeah.
It was an event with I don't even remember.
Because you were probably
What was that
drunk,
club
but
on
now
top
you
of
don't
it?
drink
What was that
anymore.
club on top
Not
of
only
it?
was I drunk, I had the other stuff too. I took off the plane.
The Palm.
Palms,
the
the
Palm
Palms.
was the hotel,
The
but what was
Palms-
the name of the
what was
club up top?
Ghost Bar.
Ghost
The
Bar.
Ghost
Yeah,
Bar.
Ghost
The
Bar.
Ghost Bar.
Where they've got that like
The glass
the
and right
mirror,
there, yeah.
the glass.
That's
you look
right.
down. Yeah.
I had a 7 a.m. flight the next morning, but I didn't have a hotel room. You know what I'm
don't
saying?
need
Oh
one.
man,
You
I
don't need
love
one.
this.
Yeah.
Yes,
So I had
yes,
to-
I've done that before.
yes.
And I kind of had a person in mind that I would end up with, and I did end up with her in her hotel room.
Yeah.
And I had to leave at it was a long night. Then we got breakfast in the morning. I'm looking at my watch like we're getting tight here. We end up going upstairs, but it was 6 a.m. I had to leave. I never.
I love it.
And I had a meeting. I had to fly back into LAX, get to Sherman Oaks in time for the meeting, and it couldn't be a meeting I missed. And I never got an opportunity with her again. Just for the record, this was like 2005.
Okay,
so.
so make sure we
that's
know for
right.
the
That
record
must-
the year. Okay.
Well, I just don't want people to think this was like last week.
It wasn't?
No, it was last year.
Okay, got it.
Oh, Vegas.
How about you,
I got
Cappy?
so many of those stories. Not
I
for
mean,
air.
I
I
used
once
to.
ran into Cap in Vegas.
Get out of here. When
Yeah. Remember that?
Nope.
Because we were there for a one-nighter.
Wait a minute, what, Cap? You really don't remember?
I saw him in the lobby of the Bellagio.
Social media team, there you go.
I don't think that I was. I think he was still doing like the Cappy, like the late night with Cap show.
Oh, the Sedano or the Scott Kaplan
Cappy
show.
After Dark?
Yes,
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
When you're on their 10-day contract.
Yeah. I wonder what I was on that night.
That was the night that you were there with the guys with the fight and thing, and he was Canelo. You were there with the Canelo people.
Oh, the Canelo fight.
Oh, you got kicked out of the crew.
Yeah, I did
yeah.
get kicked out.
Because he told everyone. He
I didn't
snitched
tell
on the
anybody
air.
anything. I didn't say anything. It's just,
You said
and by the
enough,
way,
Cap.
you want to know something? You,
No,
want something
you didn't say anything
interesting?
on 710.
You want to know something? The guy who said to me, the guy who called me, and he goes, "You know, man, you're talking, you're saying all this
Did he
stuff."
say, "Hey, man"?
He goes, he said this to me. He goes. I said to him, "Did you hear this on the radio?" He goes, "No, my wife told me." I go, "Oh, your wife was listening. Is that right?" You know what? I just found out. This is like 2 days ago.
It was Trudell's wife.
No. Very good, Lindsay Baseball. You're fast
That's
today.
where I thought you were
You're
going.
fast
Sorry.
today. That lady died like 2 days ago.
Oh,
So I'm like, can I
no.
get back into the
How
Canelo
is,
crew now?
how is this your hook on the story?
Well, that's just what happened. She ratted me out to the guy.
Oh, my God.
And then the guy ratted me out to Canelo.
But
and
now
then
she's
Canelo
dead.
wanted to kill me, and now she's dead.
So it's okay.
And I think I should be back in Canelo's crew.
You know what it is? It's a final.
It is a final, indeed.
I
Just
think
like
you
George
should
Wentz.
let Cappy back in after that.
I know, me too.
It is a final.
I am not involved.
So what we're going to do here, and this is how we're going to pay off the YouTube bit, since nobody knows what to talk about on YouTube. For
I
a half
do.
hour.
We figured it out. At 5:30, I'm taking over.
Why are you stepping on my tees? Because I got something else.
Because I'm from Tulsa.
Funch
I'm
on
about
the
to take
street.
my clothes off.
So what we're going to do is we're going to send Funches.
Beto, shut up. Why are you stepping on him?
Also, by the way, I didn't
I'm here.
realize you weren't in the group chat anymore.
No, I know. I left.
Oh,
Because
yeah, there
you
was
and
a whole
Cap,
thing.
you and Cap got into it.
No, we didn't
No,
get into
he
it.
kicked me out.
I didn't kick him out.
No, they got in a fight.
Something
didn't.
happened. So
Yes,
I
you
remember
did.
I had 3 strokes, 4:46 p.m.
Hey, did you almost die?
I almost died. So I didn't remember completely until when I saw that. So I recall what happened exactly.
There was a group text going on.
Right.
We have our Sedano and Cap 2.0 group text.
Right. But Beto was in it.
I got added for 20 minutes.
We brought him in one day we were on the show, and it was last summer, I think, when Beto was like on with us all the time, and we added Beto. So
Right. And then something was happening
No,
in
you
the group
didn't
text.
know, and I said something in one of the comments, one of the topics, and I just said something. And then Cappy's like, do I really need to hear from this? Why is he here? I'm like, okay, cool. I'll just save myself.
Not what happened. That is not what happened.
No, you said, why are you here?
No.
So I, out of respect to the show, I was like, it's cool. I don't like group text anyways. I left.
Beto Duran has left the text.
Yeah, I remember
But
that.
But I did say, hey, guys, cool. I'll leave. Don't worry, Scott. It's good.
No, it's not what happened.
Get out. What happened?
What's your version,
I think
Cap?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all think that happened.
I'll tell you right now. Let's go back and find it.
I'm gonna do that during the break.
Let's go back and find it.
I want to know now.
I said I'm leaving.
No, but there was something that preceded it all.
I said
that
something.
I was
I'm
like-
leaving.
I was like, do I have time for this every day? You know, like what's Beto doing here?
That's what it was.
Beto,
It came
shut
across very.
up.
Yes,
Right.
very.
Yeah.
You were very annoyed.
Right.
Yeah, and I was
Shocking.
like, cool. And I said, cool, no problem. It's your show. I'll leave.
Anyway, so while we find the text,
I'm
what
still
we're
here.
going to do is
I'm
we're
still
going to
here.
send Funches to Taco Bell because you guys want to try their crispy chicken nuggets. I had these in December in Vegas, actually, for the Yachtly Crew Night.
Were you drunk?
We were very drunk.
Okay.
Vegas, baby, Vegas!
I probably wouldn't have had them if I knew at the time I was in the midst of heart failure, but nevertheless.
A lot of sodium.
A lot of sodium.
A lot of sodium in them nuggets.
But we're going to send Funch on the street to Taco Bell to get the chicken nuggets.
And it's that nice Taco Bell right here in downtown
Oh,
LA.
so the Taco Bell
Oh my
Cantina.
God.
Oh,
I
it's a
just
nice
found-
Taco Bell?
I just found the text.
Well, that was fast. Your phone must move quick.
I
Wow,
just did a
Linz.
search for it.
Oh,
I just
okay.
searched
What did it
for-
say?
For
What did it say?
Beto Group.
Actually,
Oh,
we're going to
you
tell
on the
you
other side,
next.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you next.
Yeah,
but
I wanna
first,
know
Cap.
too.
First, Cap, tell us about our friends at Sellers Advantage.
Oh, I would love to. As a matter of fact, when I was driving up today from South, there are billboards everywhere for Sellers Advantage. Seriously, they do a great job of combining like their billboards with the on-air spots. I'm telling you, they do a great job. But I'll say this, if it is time to downsize or it's time to move out of Southern California or for whatever reason your kids have graduated high school and college and they're out of the house and you are ready to just finally sell, I'm telling you something right now. Demand is still super high, okay? And supply is still really low. So this is a great, great time to call Sellers Advantage, skip the agents, forget about the commissions. And here's the biggest part. Forget about spending a ton of money on painting the house and fixing this and curb appeal, all a bunch of nonsense. You're going to have to pay 30, 40, 50 grand to sell your house. Forget that nonsense. By the time you pay for the repairs, the agent's fees, you could have already sold your home for a fair, competitive price, and you don't have to worry about the deal falling through. So here's what I want you to do. If you're contemplating selling your home, get your free, no-obligation cash offer today by calling Sellers Advantage, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or you visit them online at sellersadvantage.com. If you're ready to sell your home, selling it does not have to be a hassle when you're working with Sellers Advantage.
Okay, we're going to find out what Beto said to get kicked out of that group chat. Literally in 3 minutes, right here on 710.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
We were a little delinquent on a Mother's Day gift that we finally punched the ticket on.
What'd you do?
Apple Watch.
Oh, nice. Her first?
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute.
And do you sign it as for the kids, too?
No.
Okay, good.
You got a hack for an Apple Watch, Jorge?
Oh, he's got plenty. He's got Apple Watches in the trunk.
No, you can't say it? Okay.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back tomorrow after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
All right. We got a caller who says, I need to buy a car and I need to save money. Well, my friend, I've got one answer for you. The Cerritos Auto Square. It's America's largest auto mall. 24 dealerships, all the top brands, all in one easy location right here in SoCal. And here's the secret. These dealers sell more cars than anyone because they have low prices. And they can actually afford low prices because they sell so many cars. Check it out at CerritosAutosquare.com.
Cerritos Auto Square.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
We the best music. Another one. DJ Kyren. Yeah, you're looking at the truth of my
4:53 on a live imaging Tuesday. Sedano Kap. We're sending funds to talk about with my card. Why didn't you give him your card?
Well, you noticed what happened. Once you gave him your card, I started ordering.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
By the way, this was the joint in 2017. This was my comeback song with like my crew after
you were coming back from what?
A bad breakup.
Oh, I thought maybe you had died back then too.
And I moved to Batesh's house in the valley. Oh, anyway, the music video. Oh, the #1 hit on this day in 2017. DJ Khaled featuring Biebs, Quavo, Chance the Rapper, and Lil Wayne. I'm the one. And you know, for like a year, I wore a Chance the Rapper hat like every day.
Really?
And Keyshawn would be like, "Why the #3?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Wow. So.
Well, that's not interesting
No,
enough?
it is.
No,
It
what
is.
we want to hear is more of your divorce.
Well, I do have some
Wow.
more stories I got to tell you about because seriously, it was a very painful time.
Oh, I'm sure.
Very painful time.
So great.
You know what I'd like to hear more of? How many times you had a stroke?
3 times.
3 times?
4 seizures.
4 seizures, okay. And you almost died.
Yeah.
Cardiac kid.
454.
Right. Heart congestive failure.
No, congestive heart failure.
Okay, got it. All right, Lindsay, are you going to tell us why Beto chose to excuse himself from our group text?
Do you have the search
I just
Forrest
sent it-
Gump? I want the Feather song while we tell this story.
Yeah, that's got to be in the system for sure.
I used to use it every morning.
So I feel like before there is a point of clarification that we need here because, of course, this conversation started with a not for air situation.
Go ahead
right?
and play it if we got it.
That George was passing along some information. I just sent it to you guys in our group chat.
Okay.
I'm not in it.
Right, exactly, because you left the conversation.
Explain why.
Chris, you want to read it?
All right, stand by.
We'll do Sedano Kap theater.
Where are,
I love that theater.
Is the text starts not for air, right? Is that the first
no,
text?
no. The first one is the LSU versus USC.
So George sends a text. LSU versus USC is a week 1 blockbuster with playoff implications. It's a story. Then George says USC tried to get out of LSU game. I write, yes, also not for air, Cappy, which I guess is now on the air, but that's okay.
Why, that was my point of clarification,
Come
but it's
on,
okay.
bro.
It was a long time ago.
Beto then writes, not for air.
In all caps.
Then Cap writes,
No,
what's
wait, he
not...
said... Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Then Cap writes, what's not for air, which we all mark, haha. Beto writes, USC. Cap writes, serious question. Whoa, I didn't realize you wrote this.
Isn't this funny? This is the best part.
Oh, my God.
Wait, make sure you use the punctuation, too.
Serious question. Why is Beto in this group chat? Exclamation point. I don't have better things to do with my time. Now we add another person to waste time with something that he is not involved with? Oh, my God.
Oh, my
You are so mad, Cap.
Oh. And then Beto writes crying face emoji. And then I write, well, I just got the open for today. And Beto writes, I'll see myself out.
Along with the
And
face
then George
covering
writes,
emoji.
George writes, wait, are you serious? And Cap goes, no, you're fine. I will leave. Then it shows Beto left the conversation.
May 29th, 9:32 a.m. And that was that.
Why were you so upset? Was
I
this
was
after
so
you did the
mad.
whole Beto shut up thing?
What?
No, that was way
it
before. Way before.
What's the date on this, Linz?
Beto, shut last
a
summer.
year ago.
May 28th. Yeah, May 28th, 2024.
Wow. Oh, my
Almost to
God,
the
a
date.
year.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I
Wow.
said.
Now me and Beto are like BFFs.
Serious question. Why
Yeah.
is Beto in this group chat?
Yeah, it was a serious question.
Exclamation.
All I did was say.
I don't have better. I think you meant to say, You think I don't have better things to do with my time, but I don't have better things to do with my time. Now we add another person to waste time with something that he is not involved with.
It's almost like he was sending it to all of us without realizing that Beto was going to see it. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I knew Beto was in there.
I know, but it was funny because the way you said it was like, wow, did he really just say that in front of him?
Yeah. Well, I think at the time.
It was hilarious.
I know. At the
You're
time,
so mad.
Well, it's like at the time, I remember our group chats were like the biggest waste of time. Like they were just constantly.
They always are still to
Mind
this
you,
day.
No, now they're a little bit better. I think
Mind you,
there's some-
I got added that morning.
That's true.
My only contribution was that, and I did the emoji.
I'm starting to go off on
So
everybody
then this
from now
morning,
on.
so this morning, because Beto's on the show, and you will be a little bit more now when we get into the summer months.
I got nothing else to do.
Lindsay goes, should we add Beto
No,
back?
no.
And
I don't want to be involved.
I wrote, well, wait a minute. I kind of remember this, but I don't remember completely because of the strokes.
I was like, yeah,
But
Cap
wasn't
kicked
he in
him
the
out.
group chat?
No.
What happened?
What
And then she
happened?
goes, oh, Cap kicked him out.
I didn't kick him out. He left on his own.
I was
The
scared.
best is that it's the Sedano and Cap group chat, and Cap says at the end, no, it's fine. I will leave. You're going to leave your own chat.
That is amazing.
See how nice I was? I'll leave. I don't want to cause any trouble.
No,
here.
I'll
I'm
leave.
good.
It's cool. I'll leave.
I'll
It's
leave
fine.
my show.
I'll
So
leave.
here's what we
It's
got
fine.
up ahead.
I'll leave.
We got the 5 o'clock hour. Thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. We're going to go commercial free for 30 minutes. At 5:30 p.m., if you want to hear OKC, Minnesota, and you're listening to 710 a.m., just stay on 710 a.m. We're going to bring you the game. Or on the ESPN LA app, hit the ESPN tile that says National Play-by-Play or something like that. And then we will go on YouTube, just Sedano, Cap, Beto, all of us, commercial free on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles and on the ESPN LA app on the Listen Live tile. It might sound confusing, but it's not. We're going to walk you through it. We'll hold your hand. But first, I'm going to hold Cappy's hand. Touch my hand.
Hey.
Touch my hand, make a friend, as the Staple Singers once said.
Touching hands.
Tell us about our friends.
Reaching out.
Beto, shut up.
Tell us about our friends where we're going to be June 6th at Park West Bicycle Casino.
First of all, Beto,
Vamos.
you have to see what happens when you walk in and you're a brand new player at the Park West Bicycle Casino and you go to their customer service desk and you say, Cappy sent me. They give you $30 in match play. So Cappy sent me to get my $30 in match play. And Beto, they don't just say, oh, here, go ahead. Here's $30. No. They actually give you 3 $10 cards.
Come on.
That have my picture on them, giving you the point, just like this. I'm looking at you, buddy. I'm looking at you. Here's 10 for you, 10 for you, and 10 for you. $30
Take
right
care
here.
of that thing. Take care of that thing. Boom.
And June 6th, we're going to have a blackjack tournament. Now, have you ever played in a blackjack tournament?
No.
It's going to be awesome, dude. I'm telling you right now. Like, people have poker tournaments and they last forever. Blackjack tournaments, they go fast. You are in or you are out. So listen, it's the Park West Bicycle Casino. It's only a few minutes from downtown LA. And I will just tell you that the bike is back and it's better than ever. I didn't realize it until a couple months ago. A buddy of mine called me and he goes, hey, have you ever been to the bicycle casino? I go, yeah, it's been a long time. He goes, dude, everybody's moved to the bike. I go, why is that? He started telling me about payouts and all these other kinds of things. It seems like if you're a serious card player in town, if you play poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, crazy 4 poker, 3-card poker, baccarat, if you play any of these games, you're going to love the brand new Park West Bicycle Casino because they got new ownership. They made all these incredible renovations. There are upgraded amenities and a whole new way to experience LA's premier card room. So we have this date now on the calendar. Please mark your calendar. It's Friday, June 6th, and it is going to be on the ESPN LA Blackjack Tournament at the bike. And for all of you guys who are ESPN LA listeners, when you walk in and you're brand new and you sign up for the Players Reward Program, you get $30 in match play. All you got to say is, Cappy sent me to get my $30 of match play. Park West Bicycle Casino, where the stakes are high, the rewards are massive. Come see what everybody's talking about at the bike.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy.
Hey, it's Travis. Join us Friday, May 30th from 9 a.m. to noon at Legends Attic in Claremont as we celebrate their one-year anniversary and kick off the Freddie Freeman World Series Game 1 Walk-Off Grand Slam Ball Tour. Plus, Oral Hershiser hosting special guests, Dodgers voice Joe Davis, Steve Sachs, Rick Monday, Jaime Harin, Peter O'Malley, and more. Giveaways in the amazing art of Dave Hobrick. Purchase your tickets for meet and greets at legendsattic.com. We'll see you Friday, May 30th at Legends Attic in Claremont.
You already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
During National Military Appreciation Month, we at University of Maryland Global Campus say thank you to the service members, veterans, and families who dedicate their lives to our country. We are deeply grateful. For over 75 years, UMGC has proudly served the military community, from installations overseas to the communities you call home. Wherever you serve, we stand with you. Learn more at umgc.edu/thanks. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California.
It's 5 p.m. in the Southland.
Turn it up, man.
Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing. Thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney.
Visit rfr710.com or call 833-ESPN-710.
Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this? And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack!
Bing, ba-dum-bum, ooh! Boom, beat-up-bop.
Go, Cappy!
Ding, da-da-bum, pa-da-bop, ding, da-da-bum.
5:04 on a live imaging Tuesday on Sedano and Cap. Beto is here. Woo! George is getting ready for the Western Conference Finals, Game 1.
That's right.
Nuggets, not Nuggets, but the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
The what?
Minnesota.
Right.
Oh, yeah. What did you say?
I think I said Minnesota. I don't know. I had strokes.
You said Minnesota.
Guy had strokes, man. 3 of them.
Minnesota.
Like he almost died.
Right.
Do you know what to do if I have another one right now?
Tell me.
Much like our listeners are having on Twitter for some reason.
Tell me. What
Just
should I do?
losing their brains.
Oh, what?
What should I do?
we won't get
If you
into
have a stroke, if you go down, what do I do?
Oh, we're done.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you won't get a new contract.
No?
If
It's
I
all-
die, that's
yeah.
why you kept visiting me in the hospital.
Right.
You knew I was
Yeah,
your only
right.
chance.
That's it. That's all I got. I got one shot.
Showed up with your contract.
Right, one opportunity. That's it.
Here, Chris, just sign this.
Right, sign this, will you, before you die? Yeah.
I almost said something.
You should have said it.
You know who I want to know? I want to know who D has in this series.
Okay, let's jump into this.
Ball knowers.
So, okay, here goes tonight. Minnesota against Oklahoma City. And, you know, let me say one thing before we hear
I
from
really
DeAndre.
wanted to hear from D.
I know you do.
okay.
I'm going to set this up, though. I'm going to say one thing, though.
Give him like 7 minutes, okay?
We need more of a setup. Yes, go ahead.
You got SGA, who's the MVP of this league.
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
And you've got Anthony Edwards, who is one of the true
Ant-Man.
up-and-coming stars of this league. So you got a 26-year-old SGA against a 23-year-old Anthony Edwards. And I just want to say this. This should be showing the Lakers. This is a young man's game. This is not a 40-year-old man's game or a 41-year-old man's game. This is a young man's game.
And an in-shape man's game, because just for the record, Luka is young.
Hell
He's
yeah.
not in shape.
Mm-hmm. And it's also, you need some depth.
Am I wrong, D?
You're not wrong at all. No,
Okay.
Lakers did not have any depth going into that playoff series against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and it showed because Timberwolves had a great role players that are able to step in, unlike the Lakers in that series.
Go ahead, Cap.
So let's find out here who everybody likes.
D, who you taking in this series? You got Minnesota, you got Oklahoma City. Who you taking?
I like Minnesota, especially the momentum that they have been rolling into this series. Obviously, Anthony Edwards has been showing that he's able to lead a team. He's actually taken a lot more responsibility. Chris Finch has put a lot of pressure on him to be a leader, be more vocal with this team. And the role players for the Timberwolves have stepped up tremendously. As far as Julius Randle, I mean, everyone came in this series. He struggled. As soon as he got traded into the Minnesota Timberwolves, there was no real rotation with them. They couldn't really find the groove, the mix. And seeing what he's been doing with this Timberwolves team, he's arguably probably their better player right now than Anthony Edwards is right now in this playoff series. But I just like Minnesota just by the way they play, their style of play defensively as well. So
let me ask you guys this question.
Actually,
before I do, Beto, who do you like in the series?
I like Oklahoma in 7.
Ooh, okay.
I think it's going to be a really, really tough
so,
series.
Yeah, D, you want the Timberwolves in how many games?
I want them in 6.
Okay.
Yeah, they can't go to 7.
No, because they'll have to go back to Oklahoma City.
No, they get 2-3-2 now.
Okay, so
it's 2-2-1-1-1.
Still in the Western Conference Finals?
Yes, really? It is the whole way.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you like Oklahoma City?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Oklahoma City is a big favorite too for the series.
Linz, who do you like?
They are like it says like ESPN Bet had like 83% odds that they're going to win the series.
Yeah.
But I have Minnesota. I think that Anthony Edwards is and will be a bigger star than SGA. I feel like the glazing of SGA is out of control, especially by George. And
but I liked your glazing.
He's earned it, man. SGA is
But I liked your glazing.
I just feel like Anthony Edwards
Why don't you
has
tell
it in
George
his
that you
mind
don't
to
like
like
his
knock him
glazing
down
when he's here?
I did tell him that.
No, you
I
didn't.
told him that earlier today. I said, George, I said, I feel like this guy's like, you go on and on and on about him so much.
He's
Makes me
fantastic.
not like him, just like me with the Cavs, you know?
Mm-hmm. All right, so you like Minnesota
Just like me
also.
with the
Yes.
Cavs.
Yeah.
Wait,
Good
so let me
line.
just understand this then. Are you rooting for Minnesota to beat Oklahoma City just because George has been touting Oklahoma City all
Not
year
just
long?
him, but everybody. Everybody's been saying all season.
He's
like,
the MVP.
Oh, they're yeah, but you know what? Like Joker, it's a really close race between him and Joker, and you have to argue that maybe if Aaron Gordon could have played the whole game, then maybe they would have won.
Well, it's
It
a
could've been
regular
different.
season award, anyways. But it's the money line for the series. OKC is 375.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to bet 375 to win 100.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's how much of a favorite OKC is.
How many people even had the Timberwolves beating the Lakers? I feel like not many.
No, not many.
No. See,
But I think we got caught up in the majority of people.
No
were caught
one
up.
expected the Denver Nuggets to take OKC to 7 games.
well, and think about that. So if Oklahoma City was
Exactly.
taken to 7 games by a Denver team
2 days ago.
where Jamal Murray was hurt pretty much the entire series,
Yep.
Joker had a couple of un-Joker-like kind of bad games in that series. You mentioned Gordon's injury, and there was another injury. Who was it that couldn't even lift their shoulder in that
Porter
series?
Jr.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, George mentioned that one.
So, there's all these different injuries that Denver had, and they still took Oklahoma City to 7 games, even though Game 7 was a laugher. I'm thinking that Minnesota's had a lot of time off. Also, Minnesota had a much easier route. They beat up on the Lakers, which most of us didn't think was going to happen, but it did. We had to deal with reality. Then they got Golden State, and Golden State didn't have Steph Curry, but for like the first half of the first game. So they never had to really deal with what Golden State thought they could be. So Minnesota beat up on old Lakers, then they beat up on injured Golden State, and they've been.
I mean, Steph Curry's he's a generational talent, but I'm just one injured player, Stephen Curry. You make it sound like the whole Golden State rock.
No. I'm saying that Steph Curry is without him, you have no chance. I mean, did they have a chance without him?
No, they didn't have a chance. No.
I mean, it was a 5-game series, and
So Minnesota's had it easy.
They were all close games.
But I mean, the Thunder, the first series they had
They
was
didn't do
against the
nothing.
Grizzlies. Come on, man. I mean, that Grizzlies series was nothing for them.
Yeah, they didn't do much. But what I like about OKC, the reason I'm going with them at 7 is because they finally got challenged, because they finally had to face some kind of adversity. Minnesota's had it easy. I'm a big Anthony Edwards fan. If you gave me Anthony Edwards or SGA, I think I might go Anthony Edwards just because I like his dog and the way he attacks you and the way he does not care about his opponents at all, the disrespect he has them on the court, right? I like him in that manner. But OKC showed me something. Yeah, they had a battle Denver. Yeah, they should never have gone to the 7, but they got out of that. And that's what a young team needs to do. When they get punched a couple of times, how they're going to react, I like the reaction. I think that's helped them out.
But doesn't it help that the Timberwolves were in the conference finals last year, so the expectations they already know.
But it's a different team, too.
It is a different team, but the Minnesota Timberwolves, the way they match up with teams, it's hard to cover a team like that. They can switch 1 through 5. Rudy Gobert, he got a lot of he got slammed on a lot this season. But what he has done in this playoff series, he's done a tremendous job, especially on the defensive defensive end of the floor for this Minnesota Timberwolves team. And the depth is a lot different compared to the Nuggets team, where they're only able to play 6, maybe 7 guys. This Timberwolves team can go 8, 9 guys. That's different. That's
They're
a big
really
difference.
good. And then Chris Finch, the head coach of Minnesota. I keep telling you guys in the series, the Minnesota coaching staff does a great job making adjustments. Their video department, excellent job of figuring out how to get things going. Finch has been there, done that in these kind of rounds. So they know he's 39. I like him as a coach, but he's still making some young coaching mistakes.
5:11 p.m. Go ahead.
I will admit this. You ready? I'm taking Minnesota in the series, and I think I'm caught up in
Cold
two
like
things.
Minnesota.
I think I'm caught up in two things. One, we saw what Minnesota did to the Lakers when none of us saw that coming. Okay, that's the first thing.
Exactly.
And the second thing is that I really would love to see Oklahoma City get knocked out because all the so-called experts have been so overhyping this team. Now, they may be proven right. They may be. But then again, it was 13 ESPN analysts who all picked Cleveland to beat Indiana, and Indiana wound up winning that series. I like going with the underdog. I'm taking Minnesota to win this series. And again, I have two bad reasons.
They're 7-point dogs tonight.
Yeah, I have two bad reasons. The two bad reasons are I saw them beat up on the Lakers, so maybe I got a little caught up in them. And two, I want to see all the experts proven wrong. So there you go. Take
Kind
that,
of with you on
Shams.
that. I'm kind of with you on that, Cappy.
All right, 5:12 in your afternoon drive. Coming up at 5:30, Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. You'll hear it on 7:10 a.m. While we'll go to YouTube and on the app. The Sedano and Kap show will continue till 6 p.m. Meanwhile, we've got him on the street. Let's go to Funchy via phone line. Funchy, what's going on?
Taking it to the
What's going on, baby?
Yeah, come on.
So
what
you're
happened to
at the
my song?
Taco Bell on 7th and...
I'm at the Taco Bell Taco Bell on 7th Avenue. It's a Taco Bell cantina, which means that they serve alcohol.
What?
I'll get a mark.
Amazing,
Get a
yeah.
mark.
Not on my credit card.
No, I'm going to get... I put up I was trying to get a drink, and it was going to cost me $30 on Chris's card.
No way.
No way.
$30 for what? What kind of drink?
It was like I'll tell you right now. I don't know if you guys can see me on the
We
screen right
can't.
now.
Well, he's on YouTube. He's on YouTube. Yeah. So for those
Yeah,
of
I'm
you,
on YouTube,
hey,
yeah.
listen, you talk about YouTube.
Yeah.
Funchy
I'm
is
here.
right now live on YouTube in the Taco Bell Cantina in downtown LA. He's spinning around like he's at a
Yeah,
Grateful
I'm trying
Dead concert right now.
And they're playing they're playing like some dance music and everything. Yeah,
This is
everyone's
amazing.
eating and having a good time and drinking.
Look at Funchy. Funchy's even.
Yeah.
Look at how he's multitasking. He's holding.
Funch, you know how to work that screen, man?
Funchy, why don't you have some
They have like
AirPods, bro?
By the way, that
They have
canteen
the
is
Cherry
nice.
Twisted Freeze.
Oh, hey, give me
and
that.
You can get it with vodka, tequila,
Yeah,
rum,
yeah.
and whiskey.
Get the red one
I
with
don't know what to get.
rum. The red one with rum. The cherry with rum. I got you.
You think so? All right.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
get that. I'll get
By the
that.
way, quick timeout, Funchy. Chris
Are
and
you
I,
21? Say yes.
Chris, when we walk by this
And then look.
this
Go
Taco
ahead.
Bell every week, when we go on our walks in the morning, we walk
Right.
by this Taco Bell.
Right.
We always stare at this Taco Bell and we're like, what was Taco Bell thinking putting this beautiful, gigantic store in the middle of downtown LA? Funchy, have everybody look around. I want to see how many people are in this place because it seems like it's packed.
It is. It's a little packed, yes. We have people at the bar here enjoying a good time. And then, yeah, we got people waiting for their Taco Bell now in the street. Yeah.
All right,
So,
give me the tequila.
No, not on my card.
Yeah, yeah.
And don't
Hey,
have him
look,
order
look,
this on YouTube.
They have a 32 ounce and a 16 ounce. And if I push 32 ounce and add to order, it like turns out to be like a one shot. It'll be like, look at it, $24, $25.
No, forget it. No, get water.
Yeah,
Get water.
$24
No,
for a cocktail at Taco Bell?
No.
For reals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, water.
Let's stick to the Nuggets.
All right, so what's going on with the Nuggets then, Funchy Lover?
I'm about to order the nuggets right now.
Okay.
I just wanted to do the hit first, and I will order it and come back to the station.
So here's the thing. So wait, before you finish the order, Taco Bell does more like changes of their menu than anybody else in fast food. And so they're constantly updating the menu. I haven't been to a Taco Bell in years. Funchy, outside of the nuggets that we all want to try, what is the number one most ordered item at Taco Bell? That's what I would like to know.
I'd have to say, when was the last time you had a Mexican pizza?
A Mexican what?
A Mexican pizza.
Oh, a Mexican pizza. I thought you said like a Mexican chita, and I was like, what is that?
No,
But that's a different menu.
Yeah.
Is that your opinion, Fudge, or did you ask?
Right. Can you ask somebody who works
I
there
haven't
what is
asked.
the most popular number one most ordered item there
Probably
is?
tacos at Taco Bell.
I don't know for sure, man.
You stop that, Chris.
You don't know. You don't know
What's the
that.
most number one item here that you ordered here? No. would be it's between the Mexican pizza and the chicken quesadilla.
Okay.
See, okay, the guy just told me the Mexican pizza and a chili quesadilla.
You see that?
The chicken
Okay.
quesadilla.
Okay. I say bring back a Mexican pizza so we can try their number one item on Chris's
Chicken
credit card.
quesadilla is good.
Oh, the chicken quesadilla?
Yeah, I get that.
Oh, let's
Like,
get
that's
that too.
good.
Hey,
I'll
get
eat
some
it.
cinnamon twists.
Yeah.
All right, it's on Chris anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cinnamon
right.
twist.
Right. It's
Look,
all on
Funchy's
Chris.
talking to the dude. He's like legit in that dude's face.
Right.
Like, the manager.
Check him out. He's all on YouTube.
Funchy, has anybody there, like, after you get the nuggets, has anybody there, like, tried the nuggets?
I love how the manager's walking away from him.
anyone trying the nuggets right now. No, I do not see anyone trying the nuggets right now.
This manager thinks,
Not a
who's this
popular
guy on the
item.
phone with this camera guy
No,
behind him?
I see people eating gorditas and tacos and
No
Mexican pizza.
Hey, stay away from the security guard. He's been looking at you.
Yeah, really. He's over your
I
shoulder.
know he is.
All right, so
He
Fudgy
is.
Lover, you're gonna get chicken tenders or chicken nuggets. You're gonna get a
Yes,
Mexican
I am.
pizza. You're gonna get a chicken quesadilla, and we're actually gonna sample Taco Bell tonight. Even though Chris, it's not for you because there's too much sodium, but you are paying for it.
It's amazing the things I pay for the bit.
Well, you almost paid with your life.
That is true. That
You
was
know?
a couple.
This is $20.
That was a couple $100,000.
I mean, maybe
Hey,
$200.
Chris, I'm gonna get 2 shots in this alcohol drink. Okay, that's gonna cost you $40.
Not okay.
$48.
Not okay.
$48, Funch.
Not okay.
$48.
Funch is an expensive date, man. When I take him to get drinks, man.
Yeah.
Henny on the rocks.
All right, Funch, we'll see you soon.
All right, Funchy Lover, bring it back.
I got.
But now, Chris, here's the good news. You ready?
You too can go to college for this.
Yes, go ahead.
Funchy's on the streets.
Yes.
And he's in the YouTube.
Yes.
But when he gets back, we'll be off the radio.
But we'll be on YouTube.
But we'll be on YouTube, so we'll pay it all off on YouTube.
So if you're watching on YouTube, nothing's going to change at 5:30. I mean, we might have a few technical bumps like we did at the draft, but it's not going to be major. And if it is, you know what? What are you going to do?
10-piece crispy nuggets. He's getting he's getting 3 10-pieces at
Oh, my
$9
God.
a piece.
$9?
Yeah,
Lindsay said they were like $3.
$27.
Yeah, that was a 5-piece.
$27 worth of nuggets.
The 5-piece I said are cheap. But I don't
Plus,
know, I didn't
you
tell
added
Funchy
like
to get
$10 more of stuff.
Well, no, more. I ordered a chicken quesadilla
Catch,
and
you
a
gotta
pizza.
Venmo Chris.
Right, and a pizza.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Radio.
Yeah. And YouTube.
Funch on
magic.
the street is not cheap.
No, it's
No.
not.
I mean, whether it's sushi,
Oh, yeah.
lottery tickets.
Who went with
lottery
Funchy?
tickets are like $2.
And we didn't
No,
win,
these nuggets
so.
are only
Oh, my
$1 a
God.
piece. They're $1 per nugget. It's $9 for a 10-piece. He's got 30 pieces at $30.
Hope
It's
you got some
$1
sauce with
nugget.
those nuggets
Yeah.
too. I need some sauce.
These
man.
are
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I think
downtown
from what I
prices.
remember, it comes with like a special sauce.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Just like Cappy on a Thursday night.
Hey now. Hey now. Well, there you go.
Real quick here. Tell us about our friends at Prize Picks.
You want me to?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Hey, Beto, you play Prize Picks for tonight?
Not yet.
Okay,
What do we got?
Come back.
Let me tell you what I got. Let me tell you what I'm playing tonight. So I definitely wanted to go into this Western Conference Finals Game 1 tonight, and I wanted to make a play. So today, being Taco Tuesday, you know that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, his more or less number, and let me just start off by saying this. You got to download the Prize Picks app. You got to use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. You make that first $5 play, you get a $50 bonus. It's a very simple game to play. When you look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is he going to score more than 31.5 points or less than 31.5 points? That's what the decision you have to make. Now, earlier today, Beto, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was the Taco Tuesday special. I played him not at 31.5 points, but at like 22 points.
Oh.
So I've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for more than 23.5 points on the Taco Tuesday special. I put Chet Holmgren and Rudy Gobert together for more than 18.5 rebounds combined. Okay? This is where I think I may have screwed things up. I took Anthony Edwards tonight for less than 25.5 points.
I would. You know what? Maybe because Minnesota hasn't played. He might be rusty.
I also took Caitlin Clark tonight for more than 7.5 assists. With 8:29 to go in the third quarter, Caitlin Clark has 7 assists right now. So I've got a $20 5-pick flex play to win $120 tonight. So good luck to me and good luck to everybody who's playing Prize Picks. When you download the Prize Picks app, look at the promo section down in the bottom right corner of the app. And keep in mind, there's the Takes 2 tickets promotion going on where you can win the VIP trip to the ship. So all you have to do is take $5, make a 3-pick flex play on NBA lineups during the playoffs. Each lineup is 1 entry. You can do 5 per day. That's $25. Somebody from the Sedano and Cap audience needs to win the trip to the ship. Compliments of Prize Picks. Run your game.
5:21 on a live imaging Tuesday. So again, here's what's going to happen at 5:30. We will go a little few minutes because we're going to have to run some commercials before then. But if you want to hear Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, OKC, Minnesota, stay on 7:10 a.m. Or if you go to the ESPN LA app, you're going to see that ESPN National tile. You can click that. Meanwhile, Sedano and Cap will go till 6 p.m. on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles or on the Listen Live tile on the ESPN LA app. So if you're listening to us via the app, Listen Live, or on YouTube, nothing's going to change, we think. Right. If you're not, we hope. We're going to figure it out.
That's part of the beauty, though. You never know what might happen.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm getting a lot of compliments right now on YouTube about my new sunglasses. I know they're dope AF.
The blenders?
Yeah, and they're right in time.
I ordered those, by the way.
I know. I think that was very cool of you.
Yeah.
They're just right in time for Memorial Day and for the 4th of July. You got to refresh. Look at these things. Red, white, and blue.
They're fire.
They're fire AF, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
They're fresh, and they're clean.
Yeah, man, they're fresh.
And they're tough, too, Lindsay. They're tough, these glasses.
TUFF.
Tough. What are you looking at?
No, I'm waiting for you to tell me the code.
Oh, you want my code?
Yeah.
It's Kaplan. It's easy. Kaplan, 20% off.
20, huh?
Yeah. Not good?
I was hoping for 40.
Yeah? You want a little more?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I got to go buy Funchy some Taco Bell, so I need some money.
Oh, you know what?
I'm buying Taco
Oh,
Bell.
you are? Cappy, you're a sexy dude, you and your black V-neck.
Yeah? You are a sexy dude in your black V-neck.
Yeah.
We look hot today.
hot.
We are hot.
Can I be honest? I didn't know people still wear V-necks.
I wear V-necks all the
man.
time.
I
don't like regular T-shirts. I like
V-necks. Hey, I'm not knocking.
Hey, man, you gotta
It's not a diss.
Let me tell you,
No diss.
young fella, you got to go to Target, get yourself a nice black V-neck, a white V-neck, and you're set for summer.
I would say this. I'd say go to Costco and
that's
hook
too
up
expensive.
and hook up with the black V-neck. You know,
Racist.
It's. Hey, dog. Here's the thing about a V-neck. You ready? Let me tell you the thing about a V-neck. When you are ripped, like clearly Beto and I are,
and DeAndre,
but the difference is he's not wearing a black V-neck. So if you're looking at YouTube right now and you see Beto and I both wearing black V-necks, here's the one thing you're going to notice about us. You can't help but not notice it. Up at the top where the V is, you can see the definition of our chests because we're doing incline bench press.
I mean,
we are ripped. We are ripped.
You ain't doing no incline
You ain't
chest
doing, we're ripped. You're doing incline bench press.
That hurts. At our age, that hurts.
Incline flies, bro.
No
How many
chance.
sets? How
Incline
many
flies.
reps? How many sets? How many reps?
None.
I did them today at F45. We did 4 sets.
That's why you're always hurt.
Yeah,
You shouldn't
no,
be
he
doing
gets hurt
this.
a
constantly.
45-second set, a
No.
40-second set, a 35-second set, and a 30-second set. And I was able to get, I want to say, 48 reps over the course of the 4 sets.
And you're done for the week. There's
No, I'm great.
You're sore.
You're gonna wake up sore tomorrow.
You're
I'm
gonna
in-
tear something,
Dude, I'm telling you right now, a lot of lower back work today, which I'm good. A lot of glutes. Tomorrow, my glutes are going to be sore. Okay?
No.
Chest, arms.
Hamstrings?
Oh, yeah, the hamsters.
Quads? The quadzillas?
Quadzillas.
Yep.
Right. The trimans and the bimans. Shout out to Body by Jake, my man Jake Steinfeld. What you know about Body by Jake?
Oh, you might as well play some crickets there. I don't
You know, wait, you guys don't know Body by Jake?
I remember Body by Jake. It was on USA.
You
How
don't know?
old are you, man?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just classic. I'm old soul, man.
That is, you're like the youngest one here.
I know.
Yet you know all these old references.
Yeah, I do. Because I got around.
You watched a lot of TV.
Not just that, but I knew like pop culture and stuff because I was working around my dad and I was young, so I had to do.
Okay.
So Body by Jake, though, dude, he's a legend.
Yeah, he is.
You don't know his story?
No.
Body by Jake's in the grocery store one day. He's walking down the street. He's minding his own business in like the grocery in the produce section. He's wearing a pair of short shorts. He's got on like a tank top. He's a bodybuilder. He's in good shape. Guy walks up to him and goes, "You're the Macho Man." And Body by Jake's like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "No, you're the Macho Man. We're doing a video for this group called, the YMCA guys, the Village People." He's like, and they have a song called The Macho Man. You're the Macho Man. They put him in the video, and before you knew it, Body by Jake blew up. Which is probably not a great phrase because he lost his home in the Palisades. Sorry, Body by Jake.
Where
Yeah.
are you?
I like Body by Jake. I follow him on
Wait,
Instagram.
he went from YMCA to.
He went to Macho Man. Not Randy Savage.
So how did you work out with him?
I didn't work out with him. But he had these
like,
infomercials. He had infomercials, and he had all these like exercise pieces of equipment. And he would tell you, he goes, "Hey, it's time to work the bimans and the trimans." That's what he called the biceps and the triceps. It's time to work the hamsters rather than hamstrings, or the quadzillas
Is he
rather
like a
than
New
the
Yorker
quads.
or something?
Yeah, totally. You know who you would know him from? The movie Coming to America, when Eddie Murphy gets off the plane and he's going to go into New York, and Body by Jake is driving the cab, and he almost hits Eddie Murphy. No?
Oh,
Nobody?
this guy.
Nobody knows? Nobody knows? Nobody knows him? Nobody knows him?
All right, real quick. We didn't do Dealer's Choice, Real Deal, Seller's Advantage, but we're going to do that in the YouTube-only hour.
Why don't we do it
Want
right
to sell
now?
your house? Before you call an agent, call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or visit sellersadvantage.com. DRE 0196-1658. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Take a quick timeout. If you want the game, stay on 710 a.m. or hit the ESPN app on the top.
If you want funch, if you want to know what happens with the Taco Bell, you got to come over.
Yeah. On YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, or just keep listening on the Listen Live tile on the ESPN LA app. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. We're going to keep it rolling. Fun and frivolity next on 710 ESPN and on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Your next Subaru is waiting for you at Subaru of Glendale. Check this out. Lease a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Sport CVT for just $299 a month plus tax for 36 months. One at this payment. VIN S3703-172. MSRP $31,935. $33.99 due at signing. Call 888-855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net. On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 10,000 miles a year. Model code SRD-21.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
5:30 right here. Now we are on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. You guys hear everything in there? DeAndre, you don't?
We good? I hear Chris.
Yeah, you guys hear me.
I hear Scott.
So there's a headphone selector. I'll come in there in a second. But we are at ESPN Los Angeles on YouTube on the ESPN LA app. You're good now. D. Okay, now give me that song, sucker. Come on now.
Oh. Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Stop,
You almost
stop,
died.
Stop,
Relax.
stop.
Relax.
Stop.
At ESPN Los Angeles on YouTube, on the Listen Live tile, on the all-new ESPN LA app. This is the bonus half hour. If you want to hear the playoffs, go to 7:10 a.m. or hit that ESPN icon on the app. This is what it's all about. This is the future.
Yeah, I know. This is great, but just you dancing gave me
a lot of anxiety.
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
man.
Listen, my heart rate's only at like 62.
Yeah, but the way you got up, the way you shot
65,
up.
sorry.
You still got that machine you're wearing?
No, I'm off of that. That
You're
was
off the machine?
for
Oh,
3
nice,
months, yeah.
nice.
The walking defibrillator, yeah.
Congrats.
But on Friday, they put the AFib monitor for 2 weeks just to check. They know I don't have AFib, but they want to check the box. But here's the thing, guys. Get your heart checked out. Take your blood pressure. Go to the doctor. By the way, what was the OTD on Busta Rhymes?
Birthday.
Birthday today.
Oh, happy 52nd birthday to Busta Rhymes. Also, Doug the Pug, and I don't even know what that is 13 years old.
How do you
I
not
was
know
really
Doug the
trying to
Pug?
figure out who Doug the Pug was.
Who's Doug the Pug?
Wait a second.
He's not he's still alive.
Wait, you asked, how do we not know who Doug the Pug is? And yesterday, I talked about a Neil Diamond tribute band, and nobody knew who Neil Diamond
No,
was.
I said I know Neil Diamond. I just said I'm not a fan.
They just do bop, bop, bop.
Can you not be a fan of Neil Diamond? Come on.
D, can you get the Chippendale song for me?
Have you not seen the jazz singer?
Chippendales? You dancing some more?
Which jazz singer?
The movie, the jazz singer.
No.
Come on,
What's that?
Lindsay Baseball.
Stop being. Oh, okay. Now that we're in the YouTube, for being so young looking, and so hip looking,
Oh, that's very
you're
complimentary
very
of you, Beto.
old acting.
What are you talking about? Listen,
Neil Diamond.
Listen,
bring it down a little bit.
When I was in college,
Stop giving the old people
I'm
talk.
like 20 years old, and I went to see Neil Diamond. Neil Diamond is classic.
Yeah, 40 years
Let me hear it.
ago.
Hold on, let me hear this. Yeah. I'll just say in 2022, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, the movie, was released in theaters. These two guys, they were just, one was dressed like Indiana Jones and the other was dressed like Magnum P.I. Remember Chippendale?
Ooh. No. Chippendale. Ooh.
You don't remember this?
No. Chippendale what?
Rescue Rangers. Here he comes.
Because his kids were old by that time.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Jeez. On YouTube, you're going to get a whole lot more than you bargained for.
Oh, that is a pulled hamstring there.
Whoa.
No, I didn't pull nothing.
No.
Oh.
Schwans don't work like he used to, so we don't have to worry about
we
that.
know that, but we just got a
Oh,
full
my
shot
God.
of the caboose.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the YouTube chat.
The
This
caboose
show
is-
is for you right now. It is.
By the way,
Miss
I hate
Molly,
to break it to
Jay.
Sedano, Mr. Know-It-All. The numbers have gone up since we've been on YouTube.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, here we go.
Well, of course it is.
Well, yeah, because anyone who was listening to us
Oh, look
on-
at that caboose.
on the air had this
Look at that
shit.
caboose shake.
Jay
Shake that
Guidos,
thing.
what's happening?
Shake that dang.
Miss Molly, what's happening? Epic Wolf, what's happening? Only the people that are complimentary are going to get shout outs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, none of that toxicity. Get out of here.
A lot
Just
of toxicity.
Get
these
out of
days,
here,
though.
man. Like,
What's
there's
the
no need-
All-Star game,
Dude,
All-Star Friday night going to be like? I think they're going to swing bats at each other.
Nah, they're all soft.
You think
they're
so?
all talk. They're all talk.
Really?
Yeah. Plus, I got off of Twitter, so I don't really know what's going on.
Oh, you really left Twitter?
I only use it to retweet a story. What I did is I made a list of all the writers that I like, and I read them in the morning. But as far as like looking at my mentions, rarely. As far as interacting with it, it's just so much cleaner. Less. I watch the Cappy cast in peace.
You know that I have had a lot of friends tell me that they completely eliminated Twitter, like they took the app off their phone.
I took it off my phone a while ago.
And
Life
people
is so
are
much better.
So, like, you never reinstalled it?
No, I
Like,
use
for
it on
reals?
I use it on my desktop. For
Yeah,
work
exactly.
stuff.
I only
you
use
are-
it on my computer.
Okay, so you are aware of what's going on Twitter. You haven't left the world of Twitter.
Right.
You just took it off your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, and so does that mean that you look at it less during the day?
Yeah,
Okay.
100%. I don't like. I mean,
Today was during the show. It's the first time I opened it up today.
in our group chat, a lot of times we share links that are like Twitter. That's really the only time I open it
Yeah.
because then it's not. I don't have the app on my phone, so it just opens like.
It opens up
X.com,
automatically. Yeah.
So right now I'm listening to the game. That's the game broadcast on the ESPN radio tile.
Okay.
So see, you can get the game easily on the ESPN app. We're just testing and making sure everything's working.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Christopher.
Yes.
It's not labeled correctly in here. So when I hit my headphones, you told me to go into program. It wasn't labeled correctly. Just side note.
Well, what does it need to be?
Control A aux.
Okay, Control A aux.
Okay, control that.
So what happens when you hit program? You don't hear it?
It's empty. Nothing.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And then
Well,
when I
we're good
hit
here.
Control A
Interesting.
audition, it's just the talk without the songs, like the music.
You
and
just hear
everything.
the audition bus.
Right.
So Control A aux because we're feeding everything in aux. That's
Right.
odd. So when you hit
It
program,
probably just
it's
isn't
nothing.
labeled right, though.
No,
That's
it's
my
not
guess.
that. There's something with the wiring. So when you hit program, you don't hear anything.
You know what the next big thing is, though, I think, for YouTube, for us, is that when we have a guest on the show and that guest is sitting in front of a computer,
Yes,
that person
The
can be
guy
seen
who literally
and
goes
heard.
with Sedano for 2 days. Well, why are we doing this? Whatever. Now you've got ideas for YouTube.
No, Cap does have a point because we have a lot of great guests.
I understand, guys. The technology involved in that is the next step.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. And by the way, I don't really think that I was a complainer about the YouTube thing. I will say that I was a little bit of a complainer.
Well, the numbers are up. These are some of the highest numbers we see usually during this time because we know a lot of people are driving home.
Well, yeah, it's hard to interact on YouTube because at 3 o'clock you're picking
did-
up kids. You're
so
going to
what happened to your
practices.
whole bit about, who's going to watch us?
I didn't have that bit.
Who had that bet?
You didn't fight for it. You didn't fight to say, I think this actually is something cool.
It doesn't really matter if I'm going to fight for it. George is going to steamroll anything anyway. George's bit was he wants to know, are people going to leave the game to come watch us on YouTube? Here's
Hey
the
there,
thing.
I'm George Sedano.
Here's what I say. If you were listening to 710, the radio station, on your way home, and you have your phone connected to Bluetooth, or you just decide to hardline your phone in, all you have to
Hardline
do.
your phone. What does that mean?
Well, it means
Well,
like you
like
take
wire,
your
you know.
USB cable and you have it plugged in, and then you plug it into your phone.
People still do that?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
In your car?
Yeah, like in your, because not everybody is
The
like
aux cord, you mean?
Yes,
Okay,
the aux cord.
okay.
Speaking of aux,
You said hardwire. I thought I don't know.
no, what I'm saying is that if you take your cable and you plug in the USB on one side in your car, and then you plug the other end into your phone, it then connects your phone to your car. Not everybody's like capable of pulling off the whole Bluetooth wireless thing. Nonetheless,
Where's Funch with my credit card?
where's Funch
Where's
with the
Funch
Taco
for
Bell?
food? Yeah.
Really.
I'm
Forget
here, I'm
your
here.
credit card.
Where's my drink?
So here's the thing: is that when you turn on YouTube in your car, you're driving down the road. Right now, you could be stuck in traffic and watching. I don't suggest that, but
You could be listening.
you could be listening.
That's how I listen to 10 to 12.
Yeah, I mean,
I have no choice.
It's not that hard. It really isn't. Like, I remember when I first went off the radio in 2019, and I would go around and people would say to me, hey, when are you going to get back on the radio? And I go, dude, all you have to do is go onto YouTube or go onto
Simple as
Apple
that.
or Spotify.
Simple as that.
And
There's so many options for you, and we provide them here at
And I
710.
think 6 years later from that time, at least for me, I think people have kind of figured this out by now. So if you wanted to listen to us and you weren't listening on the radio, turning us onto YouTube is not that difficult. And by the way, Chris, here's a question for you. Since you keep mentioning the different tiles on the ESPN LA app, is there a way to just do audio on the ESPN LA app
What
of
does
the
that
show?
mean?
Like if my dad were listening on the radio and he wanted to listen to us after.
Hit the listen live button.
Okay, so the listen live button on the app
So
still
I'm going to
works.
hit it right now.
Okay, go ahead. We should be in about a 30-second delay.
Oh,
Okay,
so that
great.
doesn't
Perfect.
change.
There it is. Perfect.
So maybe Chris knows what he's doing.
I
How about
doubt
that,
it.
Cap?
I don't think so. I think that Craig Parmesan knows what he wants to do,
But
and
he
then
knows-
he tells you,
No, his-
and then you tell us,
he knows
and then
his-
every time we complain, you say go complain to him.
Hey, DeAndre, this is good for us for the 710 After Dark. Now we can do our show this way.
Yeah,
Hey,
right.
there we go.
Hey!
I think we should tell people. And by the
You
way,
throw iced teas?
if
I'm
you're
done.
You
listening,
don't throw
I'm
iced teas.
so done with you.
You don't throw iced tea.
You're
Iced
so-
tea's a serious beverage.
Well,
you
give
don't
it to
throw
me
that.
then.
No, I'm not giving you anything. It's my iced tea.
Hey, by the way, the
No,
chat
no,
is
no.
popping right now. DeAndre, I need some help, right?
You
Some
want
big
this
people
iced
right
tea?
here. Oh, my goodness.
No. It's going in my pants.
Oh, my
If you want the
goodness.
iced tea, you got to go in. You got to go in to get them.
Go ahead, put it in there.
You want them?
Put it in
You're
there.
willing to go in?
Yeah.
Hey, easy right there. You're going to fall backwards on the cable.
Put it in. I want my iced
You're
tea.
going to go in my pants to get the iced tea.
If we have to.
Oh, my God. DeAndre, what do you think about what's going on here right now?
Don't say
Front
it.
of frivolity, baby. Front of frivolity.
Get ready to catch. What kind of hands you got? Ah, nice catch.
Oh,
Nice
Funch,
catch.
where's my beer?
See, this is fun. This
So I
whole
can go get
Wait,
tequila
I
now?
was going to ask a question. Speaking
No.
of beer, if we're on YouTube only, can people consume alcohol since there's no like
why?
FAA
We're
rules?
still, no, we're still in a radio studio.
Oh, so we
Wait,
can't.
Are we uncensored?
FCC.
We're
I
not
said
completely.
FAA.
Okay.
I didn't know what you meant by FAA, but
You know what I meant.
well, the FAA is having some tough times at these airports.
Oh,
Sometimes
Funchie's back.
Oh,
Hey, I
good.
think I heard-
Funch.
I'm here.
Funch.
Okay, Funch. Here comes Funchy Lover.
Like Newark lost air control for 30 seconds or whatever.
Here comes Funchy Lover. I think today also there was a flight going to Hawaii from San Diego that they stopped the flight because there was a bomb threat today. I think.
Really? What?
I saw that
So
on
the FAA
social.
is having some tough times.
Over there. Get that away from me, bro.
Let me see what you
just
got.
give him
Summer,
the Cappy,
summer
give him the
shred.
Cappy.
I'm like Mason. Summer shred.
I just stood up and saw myself on YouTube. I am so disgustingly fat. Ugh.
It's that V-neck, Cappy.
No, it's not the V-neck. It's the fat belly.
Oh, and Graham. Oh,
say.
wait, you took Graham to 7th?
All right,
Jonathan?
so wait, so
Okay.
Lindsay, the whole goal here was to try the chicken nuggets, right?
Yeah, like Taste Test
You got my
Tuesday.
card?
Wait, but the
and
chicken-
Funch on the
Look at
street
this.
at the
But
same
the chicken
time.
nuggets-
This is why we shouldn't do YouTube. I wish they would stop treating Cappy like he's an idiot. He's funny and knowledgeable.
Yeah,
Far from
well-
casual. Block that guy.
It definitely wasn't Debbie that made that comment. Cappy.
Wait, so I have a question.
Cappy, put it in some of this sauce.
We were trying these because we were surprised that
They're
Taco
ni-
Bell has
well,
a
they-
chicken nugget,
So
right?
they did them last year as like for a short, limited time
Cap,
for a
there's
couple
the Mexican
weeks.
pizza.
Now they're back forever.
But is it pizza or pizza?
Where's your quesadilla?
What's pizza?
And you're going to go on a walk with me later?
Yeah.
Man, you man, where's the sauce, man?
Put the sauces in here.
Special sauce, man.
Hey, where's Chris's card? Give it back.
I got it.
Okay, good.
It's in my pocket. What kind of sauce is that?
So Cappy, if you're gonna rate the food, you can't do booms because they already did that. You know?
Right, you can't give them any booms.
So what do you want to do?
Let's see here.
Instead of booms.
So this is the green sauce you want me to try?
Soft.
Green.
I mean, we are getting the full. I can hear you eating.
It's like Michael on the Lakers broadcast right now.
They're pretty damn good.
Are they hot AF?
Are they spicy?
Yeah. No, not spicy. Pretty damn good though.
So Graham is working the camera right now.
Oh man.
Oh, look at Funchy likes it.
Funchy likes it. I think DeAndre needs to try it. All right, wait a
Funchy's
second.
is
I
like,
watch
no.
the sodium levels though, man.
I don't know. Funchy's got to work.
I gotta watch my sodium,
All right,
man.
Cappy.
Here, you
what
want
are
to try
you
some quesadilla?
Nah,
Really? You wouldn't try a quesadilla?
no,
Why not?
because I don't want any.
Why not?
Because if I want one, I'll have it at home, like I do every day.
Avocado sauce. That's what that is.
Not bad.
Not bad, not bad.
Not a bad quesadilla.
Plus, we're going to Fleming's afterwards.
Oh, we are going Fleming's?
You can't have my card for that.
Why not?
We're going to Fleming's, have a couple dirty martinis,
Uh-huh.
watch the Dodger game, talk about some
God,
ball.
God, Cappy, and I'm gonna be how things have changed. I'm gonna be walking tonight, eating a salad at the dog, and you're doing this.
Well, I'm just trying the stuff here.
It's for the bit.
It's Taste Test Tuesday.
You're gonna eat all this. You're gonna eat all this.
Who wants some of this quesadilla? Try it out.
Where's the pizza?
I'm sending a message to Rachel that this is how you're treating your body.
See, this kind
Got
of
that
attitude.
fiery ranch with my nuggets.
Yeah.
All right, here's the pizza, by the way.
Funch just shouted out Pizza Cohen.
Yes, he did.
Pizza Cohen. I like that guy.
Here's
great.
here's
Shout
the,
out pizza.
All right, here's the pizza.
Hey,
Funchy.
where's the cinnamon twist, bro? Cinnamon twist.
Here, Funchy, give these guys.
You
a
didn't
try.
bring the cinnamon twist?
Give these guys
know
a
what?
try of this pizza.
I'll take a very
It's
small
not that bad.
bite.
It's not that bad.
Very small bite.
Hey, the nuggets are not that bad.
Little 1 a.m. spot.
This
Oh, for
pizza's
sure.
pretty damn
Yeah.
good.
We have a little news about her walk too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, whoa.
right.
Did Graham get attacked?
Tell Funch just sit down and put on some headphones.
Funch, sit down here and put some headphones on, will you?
Wait, Jonathan saw what Cappy saw with DeAndre?
Yes, exactly. Young Jonathan is traumatized.
What happened? Because you saw somebody lighting up a crack pipe? Hey, that's downtown L.A., brother. That's downtown L.A. Did he need me to protect him?
Oh my God! So we were waiting for the food. You know, I'm sipping on my little Baja Breeze or whatever was little vodka or
Oh,
whatever.
wait, you got a drink?
Wait, where's that?
Yeah,
You
where's
don't come in
Oh,
with that.
that's done already, man. Well, anyway,
Please tell me you
young
used
Jonathan,
Chris's credit card.
young Jonathan's all like, "Hey, I'm gonna go outside for a second," and then like, literally 10 seconds later, he's trying to run back in, and he's all like, "Oh my God, I just see someone smoking crack outside."
See, Taco Bell's a perfect spot because it hits the spot after that.
Man.
I think we need to bring in Jonathan and ask him
Yeah,
about
where's
this.
Jonathan?
Jonathan, come in studio.
Come inside, young Jonathan.
Young Jonathan.
Go next to Lindsay
Jonathan.
Baseball on that side. On that
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
That would
Over
be
there,
easier.
over there. Young Jonathan, who graduated from USC last year.
What a young
Great
man.
kid, very, very talented,
Very, very
lot of
young.
potential. And he grew up in the meat streets of L.A. He knows what's up.
Doesn't sound like it if he got
No.
scared by
He's from
one
Inglewood,
crack pipe.
man. He's from Inglewood.
He's from the wood.
Which one do I click?
That one right there.
Listen,
That word.
for one, Funch is making it sound like I was scary. I wasn't
man,
scary,
yeah.
dude.
Get
I
out,
wasn't
man.
scary. I was just like, oh, that's happening.
No,
and I
man.
came back
No,
inside.
man.
First time you've ever seen anybody light up a crack pipe?
No.
He went to
Not the
USC,
first.
bro.
He said no.
No.
He
Not
went
at
to
all.
SC by
Why
the
did,
road.
why did he catch you off guard, dude?
I don't know. I was just like stepping outside,
He didn't have
getting
a
some
fanny pack.
air, and then
He didn't have no
I don't
fanny
know,
pack.
yeah.
Just
That's
like
why
DeAndre. Just like DeAndre that day.
Look, man, I was never scared. If anything, I was protecting Cat.
Yeah.
Man. I was the one that was protecting
But that didn't
Cat.
count because that day, coming back from Sonora Town, that dude had a blowtorch.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't
He did have a blowtorch. He did have a
He did
blowtorch.
not have a lighter. He had a blowtorch.
That's right.
And it was a white guy.
Did he offer you was he?
Freaking
Did he
white
like?
people.
Did you just happen to see it, or did he like offer it? Like, what was going
No,
on?
he
there?
he made eye contact with Cappy, and he was like, boom, blowtorch. And Cappy's like, oh, some rock.
Yeah. And DeAndre was like, what's he doing? I'm like,
Like, what the hell is going on?
DeAndre said in his Carlton voice, hey, guys.
So now has
Jonathan, you all right?
I'm good.
You
I'm
survived?
good.
You traumatized?
I'm solid. I'm solid.
Hell yeah, you are.
Yes, sir.
I loved it, Jonathan, a couple months ago.
Hell yeah.
He did this interview with this one rapper, and the guy, what's the guy's name? He does the Superman, you know. You got a
Soulja Boy.
Soldier
Soulja
Boy.
Boy. Come on.
Soulja Boy,
Come on,
no!
Soldier Boy. And Jonathan was like,
The Superman.
he did this in-depth interview with Soldier Boy, man. He was like, Soldier, He said, man,
Hey, say it again.
Yeah,
Soldier.
he
Say it one more
he was like, soldier. You know, it was great. I loved it.
Why does he close his eyes? Just the way you did it right now.
The way I did it?
Yeah.
I was like, soldier.
Why
Like,
do you gotta close his eyes? Stevie Wonder.
I don't know, man, but he had this interview with Soulja Boy, and he was like, jumped all into him. He's like, man, you're a great entrepreneur, you're a great businessman.
He is.
I know. I
did
didn't
his
know any of this
research.
about Soulja Boy.
I know.
You never talked to him about Supermaning though.
Nah, but he's a business owner. He's
Yeah.
mogul. He's a
Yeah.
mogul.
I
so.
know he is. And
A mogul, Cap. That's right, a mogul.
Hell yeah, I love that work of that young fella right there.
He's also responsible for the interview with the kids that loved the Luka trade. Those kids were hilarious.
Rob Plinka W.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. that was
Jonathan's
that.
doing work now. Jonathan, get out of here.
Good job, Jonathan.
So wait, so
you don't need this in your life, Jonathan.
DeAndre, is this the spicy ranch right here for the chicken nuggets? Oh, it's
that
No,
nugget
yours
in
looks a little different. I think
Mine's
that's
like-
like the little nacho
it's
cheese.
like the
man.
little
No,
Chipotle.
nacho cheese.
Is this so?
Nacho cheese is right here. I think that is Chipotle right there. Chipotle sauce.
Oh,
yeah.
I got the fiery ranch though.
Fiery ranch?
You ain't ready for
Where's
that
the fiery
Chipotle.
ranch? I want him to put his nugget in there.
You want me to dip my nugget right in there?
Dip your nugget in there.
Okay.
You scumbag.
Somebody want the pizza?
Cap, you didn't
I
come
do.
up
Pizza
with
Cohen does.
you didn't come up with a rating system yet.
I know I haven't come up with a rating system yet. Sedano is texting the entire group other than Beto because Beto decided to excuse himself from the group.
Yeah, sorry, Sedano. We're talking to our audience
Yeah,
right now.
Sedano is texting the original tip of the game, like, hey, guys, I'm sitting courtside. You guys are eating Taco Bell. And already Minnesota has jumped out to an 8-0 lead.
Which you can hear on 710 ESPN.
And on the E ESPN LA app, just hit the ESPN radio tile.
All right, so you want me to try this ranch? Is that
Yeah,
the deal?
put the nugget full into the ranch.
I don't want to ruin our dinner tonight, Chrissy.
Go in
Fleming's Dirty Martini.
Yeah, I can't have that.
Well, you could buy it.
No.
A lot of sodium in that bite, man.
Oh my God.
A lot of sodium in that bite.
A lot of crunch.
I had a piece of that Mexican pizza and I'm full for like a week now.
Can you wait, let me be careful how I say this. Can you take a bite of something and then toss it? Like, can you just spit it out?
Well, I'm not.
Why would you do that?
Well, yeah, I can spit it out.
Because
but I'm not going to go
people,
vomit.
like those models that will just eat something and then they'll get the taste in their mouth and they get rid of it.
Well, they're probably bulimic.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds like an eating disorder.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't do that, but I guess I could. Yeah.
Just to get the flavor.
Yeah, but I'll just eat a piece of something and it's fine.
Oh man.
You think somebody should maybe take a video of us eating Taco Bell and send it as a response to George? Hey, I'm sitting courtside. I'm watching the Western
Why don't you
Conference
do it right
Finals.
now?
Yeah, why don't you?
Take a
Why
selfie
you don't?
video.
Why don't you don't have the guts? Why don't you hit record and do a little
All
skit?
right,
Say
here we
you
go.
can do that.
Ready? Here goes. All
As
right.
Jay Guido says, Sedano wants to be in our aura right now.
Yeah.
Hey, George, I know you're
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
No, you should have turned it around.
you're sitting courtside, but we're all eating Taco Bell. Jealous?
And the YouTube numbers went up when we switched over. Just saying.
You hear that? All right. See, now I'm going to send it to him. I'm going to put it in the group
Do
chat.
you have the guts to send it to him?
Yeah, I'm sending it to him right now. What do you think about that?
He's gonna say, "Oh, that's riveting," like he said when we were talking about earlier. Oh, that sounds
So
riveting.
he'll do the thumbs up.
Wow.
He'll
The
just-
passive aggressive thumbs
He'll
up.
just like it.
Wow.
Think so?
You say Kikuchi.
I will say.
So why did we get Taco Bell today?
Because Lindsay last week presented a story about how Taco Bell now has chicken nuggets.
They
and
brought
people
them
were-
back.
Yeah.
They got some alcohol there now too.
Because they did like the trial thing, and that's when I used it when they were like, it was for a month they were going to do it. But now I think by popular demand, it's a menu item.
Yes, and they had the whole commercial with the chicken nuggets, right?
What happened to the
whole
pizza
thing.
thing? That was good.
Pizza
Pizza cone.
Right here.
Yeah.
Pizza cone.
It's going.
Hopefully he hires me one
He's
day.
sitting next to Sedano.
The
see that.
Mexican pizza is legendary.
Yeah, let me
there.
try that. That thing's pretty damn good.
You know,
It's
they
fire.
kept it off the menu for like years and
Yeah.
years and years, and they brought it back.
What's in this thing?
Well, it's like a pizza.
Where's the quesadilla, man?
Well, right here. I'll give it to you, DeAndre.
DeAndre's hungry, man.
DeAndre, I'll give you this
Always
quesadilla.
hungry.
He's bulk season over there.
I
Yeah.
am bulk season.
Pizza cone.
You should make another selfie video that says, "Hey, shout out to Pizza Cone," and send that to George so he can play it for him.
George just texted back. He goes, "It's kind of loud. I can't hear you."
Well, it's probably loud where he is too.
Well,
Being at the game and all.
somebody hook up DeAndre with this quesadilla. This quesadilla is pretty damn good.
You could get up and give it to him, though, Cappy, because we're not in the air, right?
No, that's true.
What do we got?
That's
I got
true.
nothing
You
else
can
to
walk
do.
away for a minute if you want.
Yeah, what the
You
hell?
know,
Go for it.
stretch your legs.
Oh, let me answer this phone call. 877 710
Yeah,
ESPN.
we could have banged phones. So.
Nah, we don't need the calls.
Dang it.
Nah.
Our phone lines are. Oh no, they're back.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
877-710 ESPN if you want to call in. I don't know if you're.
We got to hear from our guy JJ Beto.
Oh, gee, we got to go drink with him. I got to text him. The guy that called Cappy a little guy.
Little guy.
Yeah. Lives on a boat in Belmont Shores. Oh yeah,
It's not a bad life.
Margaritaville.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he's out there all the time.
Beto, you said that you were going to interview Cappy.
Yeah, but I think the show already went off the rails.
I mean, it was going to be off the rails anyway.
All right.
It doesn't matter.
So, Cappy, I have some questions for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So, you've been working hard all day long. Let me ask you this for real.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you realize that you could actually succeed in LA? Because you were on the radio here, and I'm being serious because I'm a big fan of yours. I've been a big fan of yours for a long time. You know this. And I'm being serious when I say that I've always supported you. I've always been on your side. When you came on the air and you would do the Cappy at night, when you would say, I have the 10-day contract, I'm here, and you were really good at energy. I loved it. But when did you realize, you know what, I can do LA? Because coming from where you're at, where you were the king, to all of a sudden going to a different market where people knew your name, but they didn't know you. Because it took a while to get comfortable here.
Oh, there's no doubt it did. I mean, listen, it's when you're in sports radio, if you're from Boston, you can succeed in Boston. But if you're not from Boston, man, you're going to have a hard time in Boston. If you are not from Chicago, you're going to have a hard time. But cities like Miami, for example, New York even, I think, look, if you're going to be a star in New York, you're probably going to have to be from New York. You're going to have New York roots.
No.
People don't want to buy from somebody other than from where they are. But the fact is, cities like L.A., and I would put New York in this to some degree, they know that people want to achieve the opportunity to be in those markets.
Yeah.
And I would say, Beto, the first couple of years here, I knew, hey, people know that I'm from San Diego. I'm not like born and raised in San Diego, but I've been in San Diego the last 20 years. Yeah. And the whole Charger thing, I still hold on to that anger for the Chargers, not because I cared that much about the football team. I cared about the city.
Yeah.
I cared about the people, and I also knew, if I'm being really honest, once the Chargers left, it was a final. Seriously, we were.
It is a final.
It's going to be hard to be in the sports radio industry without an NFL team in your town.
Yeah, but you could still carry that because you're talented enough and you have enough equity in that town. But I'm talking about when you came to LA, because people still do he's not from here. That is the stupidest thing people say. He's not from here. Okay, you live
here. But is he a local guy?
Yeah, exactly. But if you live in LA, you're investing in LA. You know what LA is about. You can tell the pulse of the city and what's going on to do a good show. Yeah. Like, you just don't be like Arnie Spanier. Oh, Laker fans trolling. That was stupid. But you actually bring yourself into LA. So when did you feel comfortable saying, damn, you know what? I have a home here?
I would say, like maybe, let's see. How long do you think me and George have been on together? A couple of years now?
Solo without LZ?
Yeah.
It's been 3 years.
September 2022.
That's okay.
So I'd say maybe maybe last year.
Really?
Yeah, maybe like last year. Listen, again,
Once he mended things with you, Beto.
No, that has nothing to do with it because I've always been. Yeah.
But for example, like the Padres, right? When the Padres were playing the Dodgers the first time around, I was like, dude, I kind of probably got to be a little careful here because I got all these Padre fans that I've known and followed. People have followed me forever, and now I got all these fans that are Dodger fans, and they don't want to hear from a Padre fan. I hear from people all the time on Twitter. You should never talk Dodgers. You're a Padre fan, and I always like what you say, Beto. You're like, I'm not really a fan. I always think of myself as more of an observer and less of a fan. I mean, I haven't been to one Padre game yet this year. I haven't been to a Dodger game yet this year either because I was so invested in what was going on with the Kings and the Lakers.
Yep.
That's why now with the Kings and the Lakers not playing anymore, this is why I keep saying to Chris, let's get out a little bit because we come to downtown, we park, and we never leave.
Get out.
I don't know, maybe about a year or so
Really?
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. It's a hard thing to do.
Because you're balancing two different fan bases that are both trying to give you crap and it's undeserved.
Listen, when it comes to the Padres, I'm raw and honest. I got major problems with the way they have done things in the past. When it comes to the Dodgers, I got nothing. I love Dave Roberts. I love Freddie Freeman. I love Mookie Betts. I'm a huge Ohtani fan. I respect the hell out of Andrew Friedman, but I'm not exactly like bleeding blue. But I watch every night because I want to know what's going on.
We're sports fans.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, people are like, oh, you don't like the Lakers? It's not that I don't like the Lakers. It's just I stopped caring how a team operates once you start seeing how things work behind the scenes. When you become a reporter and a beat guy who's there every single day and you see how the sausage is made, you don't care about their winning and losing. You care about your story. You care about your reports. You care about what you're saying on the air. Do I want to see teams win from L.A.? Absolutely, because that makes L.A. on fire. When this dude is doing LA is on fire stuff in October or in June, he's the best at it because he knows how to rile the city up. It's fantastic, but it's like, you're not a fan of it? Shut up. Like, I just want to say shut up so many freaking times to people, but at the same time, you have to play.
Beto, shut up.
Exactly.
Last year when the Dodgers won the World Series, my son, who is a diehard Padre fan, is like, I can't believe you're up there talking about the Dodgers. Brother, that's the team that's on fire right now. That's the team that just won the World Series.
Yeah.
And we're hosting the parade on the air.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. What I'm going to go on the air and go, oh, the Dodgers suck. Padres should have won. Dude, I watched what happened. Dodgers won fair and square. Padre fans, listen, I was as upset as anybody. Remember that night, me and Clinton Yates were down there, and I remember you saying on the air that day, this series is over because you expected the Padres to win that game.
I bet the Padres that day because the Padres were playing better.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever think about quitting radio?
Well, you should.
Have I ever thought about quitting it?
Yeah.
Yes. You?
All the time.
You, Chris?
No.
Yes, you have.
No, honestly, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
I thought about quitting the management side at times or the corporate side, but I never
When you
thought of-
died.
Well,
Probably,
Well,
right?
that's what put him in there.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
no,
if that
here's
were me,
here's what actually happened. So there was a period of the week after. So I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. The first week was very positive in like, okay, you have heart failure, you have this horrible edema, but we're taking care of it. I was supposed to be discharged. I was supposed to be released on a Friday night from St. Joe's. Because the monitor that I've been wearing for 3 months, the walking defibrillator, was not ready for me. They said, Stephanie had gone to the nurses. It was later that night. It was like 8 o'clock on the Friday night and said, hey, it's cold outside. He's got to take his meds. Can he just stay one more night? And I didn't think they'd say yes. The cardiologist, Katie Cornell, called in and said, it's fine. Let him stay one more night. Thank God they did because I never woke up the next morning. The minute I woke up, I went into seizures, and then I was able to be taken to the ICU, and they saved my life at St. Joe's. After that was another weekend, and then I was at Garfield Hospital. Damn. And because they had moved me because the heart specialist there, whatever. I thought at one point I had said, like, what if I don't come back from this? And then I realized Sam Pines had FaceTimed me. Evan Cohen had FaceTimed me. I had been talking a little bit to, like, you, Cappy, and Sedano and stuff, but I said, like, I'm going to fight my way out of here. Because they definitely would have said, like, physical therapy, go upstairs to the stroke center. You could stay in the hospital for many months to recover. And I said, you know what? Other than the left eye peripheral, I can fight back. I want to do this. I don't want my career to be lost over this. So that's when I made the decision, no, I'm coming back. And it's going to take a couple weeks. And it took a couple weeks before I walked back in this building. But I never thought I don't want to do radio anymore. I thought, well, maybe I can't do the corporate stuff anymore. But then I realized, yeah, I can.
Damn. Well, with Chris, and since we're kind of getting raw here, the
I
thing
didn't know
is,
that, Chris.
yeah,
Wow.
the thing is that when he was, and we've talked about this a lot. We spent a lot of time together getting deep into this stuff. So, when he decided, hey, look, I'm coming back because this is the radio station, and I don't mean to put words in your mouth, Chris, but this is the radio station he dreamt of. You know, when he was a young producer coming up and he worked for all these other guys, and he worked around like guys who were running networks and so on, people that are our common bond. Again, Chris, I don't mean to speak for you here, but it was like, I'm getting out of this hospital, I'm coming back to this radio station, and we're taking it up to the next level because I freaking almost died, so I better take advantage of every moment I've got now. Yeah. And this is really, to your point, it is a dream for you, right?
Many ways. Obviously I started with my father, and then there was a period where radio wasn't in my life because it was no longer in his. It was in our family blood. And I decided, I could have gone, I had great grades in high school. I had college offers. I had all that. Great SAT scores. My mom always wanted me to be a lawyer. She didn't want me to follow in my dad's footsteps simply because it was a tough business. And I couldn't not be in radio. And then I got into radio on my own, and it was tough at first. I worked for Eric Braverman and Eric Stanger at KBC.
Wait, you never went to college?
No. So talk radio was a bumpy road at first because I was very opinionated. I went from KBC to Salem KROA, not our KROA, but a different KROA. And I got fired from there, and I realized, well, maybe my mom was right. Maybe I should go to college. And then I got into sports radio through Premier Radio Networks randomly, and the rest is history. It's been a great 22-year ride. And, I've always been very involved with morning shows. I was lucky enough to work with Tony Bruno. I worked with a morning show with my dad, then Keyshawn here. And
You used to run the board for Tony Bruno, right?
Yeah.
Because when
I was on the air.
That was like late 90s?
No, early 2000s.
Okay, so I remember driving to college, and I would hear Chris Morales.
Yeah.
It was Sedano was. I mean, Siciliano was around.
Siciliano, yeah.
I would hear that in the morning. I'm
Yeah.
like, I wonder if that's like Mucho's kid or something like that.
Yeah.
So I always thought like,
Yeah, I
and
didn't know that was
there's
you.
been a lot of people here that have helped the dream become what this radio station is. Scott McCarthy, Dan Zampillo, Mike Thompson, Amanda Brown, of course, that we do this format where, because hardcore sports in LA has never really worked from a monetary standpoint and a revenue standpoint. Let's just have fun. We're obviously our name is ESPN. So we're going to talk Lakers. We're going to talk all those things.
Yeah.
I envision it like this. My dad was a huge radio personality, but he played records, right? He played songs. The songs are the sports. We're going to play them, and we're going to play the hits, and we're going to get to it. The fun stuff is between the songs. And let's have fun. And I think I wrote it today when I posted the video of Trudell and I nudging. Smile. It's Live Imaging Tuesday. Life is too precious to take it for advantage, and we're very blessed and lucky that we get to do this for a living. A lot of people out there are really working for a living, and they come to us for an escape and just to smile. Whether it's seeing DeAndre on the YouTube eating a chicken nugget and dipping it in that ranch.
Fiery ranch, baby.
Or
Fiery
Funchy
ranch.
at the Taco Bell, or producer Lindsay with, thanks, Christopher, whatever
I'm
it
here.
is that makes somebody smile. That's what we're here for every day. And by the way, this is the first time we did it at the NFL draft. This is historic, what we're doing right now. This room, and I don't mean where DeAndre's sitting. That room was on YouTube that day via us on remote. This room, the host room,
Shout out DeAndre.
which I have so many memories in this room, and so do you, Beto, and Max and Marcellus being in here, Key, Mason, and Ireland for decades, all the different shows we've had. This is the first time this room has ever been live on just YouTube.
Yeah.
Not YouTube and 710, just YouTube. And we're doing something very special, and there's going to be a lot more of it, and it's awesome. And the guys in the back, you remember, you used to sit in that room when it was the update
I
studio.
used to do updates back there for A. Martinez.
And now that's the social media studio back there. And the way we're growing and the support, and I look over at the YouTube, and the numbers are up from where they usually are at this time when we're live on the air. That's tremendous.
It's just got me thinking that, as we start to do this more where we go off the radio and we go on to YouTube and just watching Funchy in the Taco Bell.
Right.
What I always love about that is that we can be mobile.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to be stationary, and this doesn't have
We can
to
be on a roller coaster, Cap.
Yes. And we don't have to be a quote-unquote radio show that is just on YouTube for 30 minutes or an hour. We can actually do other stuff because the cameras move, and we can put it all on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be there's a lot of opportunity.
So tomorrow when George complains, you'll be a little bit more optimistic.
Oh, no, I'm going to complain with him.
No, we're going to say this was a terrible idea.
I'm going to
It was
complain with
You
George.
should tell him he's right. George, you were right.
Yeah, I'm going to complain with
You were
George.
right.
I'm going to tell him that we
if you
absolutely
think
should
that
not do
George
this.
is going to beat me to a company note that includes Craig Karmazin tonight, he won't. I'm the master of that. There'll be a company email congratulating everybody involved.
Tonight.
Well, again, we were supposed to go till 6. It's 6:03. We're still talking
I got to go
right
to
now.
yoga.
Oh, go ahead and go to
All right,
yoga.
go
Yeah, go ahead.
yoga.
We're not done.
Kids in the
No,
back, jump in.
I can't.
See,
I
namaste.
told you I can't. Just like yesterday, Cap, you couldn't turn it off.
Yesterday when the equipment wasn't working, and Lindsay's like, Cap, go outside.
Go touch that grass.
Yeah, go touch that grass. Right.
Yeah.
He refused.
I was like, what did I tell you
Lindsay
yesterday?
is right about that.
What did I tell you yesterday, though, Lindsay?
You said, just like when you don't want to leave when we bang calls, I just feel bad leaving my team.
Yep, I don't. It's
Never
just
out of pocket.
I'm not.
Never
I'm
out
not
of pocket.
wired
You
like
should have
that.
been yesterday. I would have been gone.
And by the way, let
4
me tell you
o'clock
something.
happy hour.
Oh, dude, it was a gorgeous.
What did
gorgeous
Rachel say?
day.
Did you tell her?
I did. I texted her and I said, hey, I had some technical difficulties, so I'm off the air right now. Do you need any help? Can I do anything to help you out? Because she's been underwater working her ass off. And she's like, yeah, can you go do this? Can you go do that? I was like, yeah, I can do it. But the whole time I'm driving around, you guys are talking, and I'm texting you while I'm driving. Because I don't remember at one point somebody said, like, well, Cap's going to say this. And I immediately texted that to you guys.
We're talking about Jerry Maguire.
But I was listening on the app, so I was
human
like
head.
2 minutes behind you guys.
No.
You know?
But I'll say this, though, Chris, and being completely honest, I didn't like this station a few years ago. And I would tell you this because it just wasn't a place that, and I wasn't working here. Again, I'm a hardcore listener. When I got let go from here, it wasn't like, oh, I hate this place. It was like, I understood.
And
it
that
was
was
business.
what, 2016?
Oh,
2016.
15, 16, sometime around there. Whatever it was. But it was, I understood the business. It was changing. And then when I would listen, I'm like, damn, this is not for me.
Right.
And it just didn't feel fun. And sports talk radio should be fun. And
it should be.
And it wasn't like, I remember I would text Bergman about certain shows, and he's like, you don't like it? I was like, nah, great. I don't. I was like, but then again, that's just me. And then it started changing. It started moving a little. And I'm not going to say it's because Scott Kaplan came, but when Kaplan showed up, and I'm not saying this because you're here, Cap, but you felt an energy show up. And you
I'm
even
here.
said it. I'm on a 10-day contract. If you're going to get rid of me, oh, well, at least I'm going to have fun with it. And it slowly, I remember talking to you in other places, you're like, eventually we're going to get you back. And I'm like, I don't want to.
So
like, I don't want to because it didn't seem like a place that was fun to work.
Here's what I honestly think happened. So in 20...
By the way, thank you for that, and more than I deserve.
2016 to 2020, more like 2019, it was really the big year of the Keyshawn Morning Show. We were doing this format in the morning, and not a lot of people were experiencing the rest of the day, right? Then the pandemic happened, and all of a sudden, all of our shows that talked sports, more hardcore sports than the morning show, all of a sudden had to figure out how to get through content. And nobody, and then there were rumbles about Good Karma buying the radio station, but obviously we knew what was coming, that if we didn't have sports for a while, there were going to be cutbacks, and possibly people were going to be, what's the word? No, they weren't laid off, but they were... Furloughed. So everybody wanted to keep working and show our importance, right? We were repeating Lakers' past memories. We were repeating, just like all the networks, because we were like, oh, my God, what's going to happen? We had never been in a world without sports.
We did a countdown to the Last Dance.
Yeah, exactly.
That was like the Super Bowl of the pandemic. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you were working here, Linz?
Yeah, she was here.
I
funny
started.
thing is, my tradition is I always have lunch with new producers. And Lindsay and I had lunch like the first week of March.
Yeah, I started here February 9th,
Yeah.
and the last day on the air was like March 13th, I think it was.
Right. And then all of a sudden, none of us saw each other. We were, all broadcasting various comics. The board ops were here in person. They were the only ones allowed in the building. But I think that taught us as a format how to take that morning show format and truly put it across the day. And that's what we were always trying to figure out how to do. And I think we all pulled it off because we had to, because we didn't have sports content to talk about. And as much as we had some tough shows when Mason and Ireland were doing afternoons and throwing to Sliwa, and Sliwa had to fill 3 hours, and then you came on board when we moved Travis and Sliwa to that day part. Then that's when you came on board in like late 2020. And
August of 2020, August 17th.
Yeah, and that's when really the station took off because we knew we could get through it. And then we had sports back, and that just added a layer. So I think we pulled off the format of the morning show across the day and shows that are connected. That was the other thing. The station the shows never felt connected. And that was a big thing that Amanda, myself, Greg, Scott McCarthy at the time, that made sure that we worked on how, and a lot of that was the imaging. Like, how do we, doing bits, we're like, oh, this morning you heard so-and-so say this. What does Mason think about this? And again, that was having the support of everybody and people playing into it and playing into the bit. And then Tim McCarthy, who was involved too with the station, I mean, he was the one that, when he took over as general manager, said, Chris, make fun of Mason and Ireland. Just swing at them. Get them, and that was like,
wait,
oh my
Tim
God.
McCarthy, who was in Chicago?
He was in New York.
New York? He said that to you?
Yeah.
Yep.
And
he
said,
was a big boss.
Yeah, he said, the way you're going to get, we want to see more of that. And that's how that bit all started.
Well, I was yelled at the first time I called them old.
Yeah.
Chris had to call me and be like, no, you can't pull the
Because there used to be
I told Laura that. I was like, don't say that to me.
Yeah, that's one thing you can't say. And I was like, why? Who cares?
But I'll tell you guys this. One thing that I noticed was, and when I got here in 2020, I remember somebody telling me that, the on-air people did not like to go out and do things. And I remember, and I was like, don't like to go out and do things. I'm like, the most important thing that we can do is be out in the public, be out in the community, shake hands, hug it out, look people in the eye, etc. The best thing that we've done is all of these events, the golf tournament, the softball game, the Mandy's, all of that stuff is awesome. But
it's all new.
But what took it to the next level, I'm going to be totally honest, what took it to the next level, and it happened in the last couple of months actually, the relationship that we now have with Children's Hospital of LA, that was awesome.
Yes.
And doing broadcasts from Children's Hospital of LA was awesome. And doing the auction items and raising money, that was awesome. But what was changing for me, even though I knew that we needed to do this, was what happened last weekend. When we went out to that Little League game in Santa Fe Springs and we broadcast a Little League game, people are not tuning in for Little League, but they're tuning in for the fun. But the people who were there, they were the people that we were shaking their hands and hugging it out and meeting the local mayors. There's like 20 of them.
My boy.
Yeah. And
Joe Angel.
Joe Angel's amazing.
Joe Angel.
And
Joe Angel.
And I said to Chris, I said, Chris, it was the one little teeny tiny thing we were missing, which was the true guerrilla marketing, the warfare of being out in the streets with people. And last weekend took it to another level. And Chris, I think there's more of that kind of stuff coming.
Oh, there's more coming. And now it's funny. There is people asking about it. Partners that are like, how can we be involved in something like that is more of a program, not just a one-off? So
some of the texts that I sent to Chris, not for air, are about getting in the community.
That's how you got thrown out of the group chat one time.
Yeah, but it's not for air USC,
Beto,
but it's more
shut
up. And I say it now in the air, like, because now that when I came back, I'm like, I'm gonna get fired anyways. Might as well say what I'm saying. This is what I'm like when I tell Mason, like, you don't leave on the other side of the 405. You don't know what it's like on the other side of the 110, and it's not a knock on him. If I was rich, I'd stay where he was at too. But we're in the streets. Cappy, we joke, but you are Eastside Cap sometimes. But you've been there. Some of the other hosts never know. They don't know where it's at.
You know, you said it earlier. That you didn't listen to the station and hear it like being for you, being like young and Hispanic and what have you.
Not even Hispanic. It just wasn't connecting.
But let me tell you what I think now. But is that when you look around, there's some older dudes, there's some younger people, there's white people, there's black people, there's Hispanic people, there's Asian people, there's men, there's women. Like, there is true diversity.
Well, one of the things I'm proudest about our shows, and I think this is very unique to sports radio as a format nationally, and it was really Amanda who was behind this as well. Every show we have has a what?
My boy Ace of SoCal.
What's he saying?
Don't you forget about the Clay Travis era. Hey, and Will Kane.
And Will Kane. Don't forget
Clay
Will
Travis
Kane.
was on the other station.
Yeah, he said Will Kane. I mean, he said Will Kane.
Is that every show has a minority and a female as part of it.
Huge.
And that's huge. And I understand there's a lot of tweets and our friends at the Reddit page and all that crap.
Who cares?
You guys are still listening every day. You're consuming our product.
Yeah.
And we're proud of it. This is truly a melting pot of a radio station. And we also talk not just gender, not just nationality, but also young and old. That's the other thing.
That's one of my favorite parts is all the young people that work here. Because a lot of these kids are like the same age as my children.
Right.
Like I have a 25-year-old son and a 23-year-old daughter. And there are kids here that we work with that are 24, 25, 26. And I don't look at them as children like I look at my kids. I look at them as young adults. And I know they all look at me like I'm their crazy uncle. But it's a fun environment. And Beto, I think that's the key. Like when you used to work here back in the day, Funch, I guess you would probably have a strong opinion about this as well.
Yes, sir.
But I find, and this is just me, I find I love coming to work because it's so much fun to be here.
Yes.
Like I was
It
up here.
used to not be, right, Funch?
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
We used to walk on eggshells around places.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Mason was one of the reasons.
That's what I was going to say. Mason was one of the reasons.
And I'm not talking bad, but he admits that, and we've actually talked about this on the air. Like, when we worked on La Cienega, it was UC Mason. You're like, oh, man, let me go the other way in the hallway.
Why was that? What was his
He wasn't really on his good meds, and I'm not being a jerk here. It's just he said this. And you just never knew what mood he was in. So you would see him in the hallway. You're like, hey, what's up, Mason? And he keep his head down, keep on going. You're like, damn. Like, okay. And then other days he was cool. It just, we learned never to take it personal. We work with Joe McDonald, so you just knew never to take anything personal.
And here's the key. If we're smiling and having a good time, so are our listeners. And that's the key. So when you tweet us or you whatever you do and say you hate the show, but you're consuming it. So
as long as you listen. That's why everybody that complains in the morning in the chat is like, I'm like, you have so many options, yet you're here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're still here.
By the way, there has never been more options of consuming content. We are in the golden age of content.
Yes.
Where you could literally just watch somebody's TikTok and that's content.
Mm-hmm.
The old days of, hey, I listen, this goes back to like WFAN, right? I listen to whatever's on 710. We still have a lot of those people, and I know that because you're always listening even though you complain. It's okay. It's okay to say you don't like it, but you still consume the product. That's how we make money, engagement. That's how we engage online in all our different ways. And the business is changing, and we're changing with it. 10 years ago, the thought, we didn't stream on YouTube, right? I joke around with Jorge and Carlo in the back, who heads up the social team. Imagine if we had this during the Keyshawn Morning Show era. All we wanted was live video and stuff, and we couldn't figure out how to make it work because we weren't there yet. But now, think about what we could do. So it really is remarkable.
I know, and I will just say this for me in 2019, when I went off the radio, I'm sure I've told you guys this story, but literally, I mean, we had a radio station that was very, very, very successful.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, because the management screwed things up, unbeknownst to us, the Mexican owners, because the transmitter is actually in Mexico and it's owned by this Mexican family.
XTRA, Baja California.
Yeah, exactly.
And so because the radio station was not paying its rent, these guys turned off the radio station.
Right.
They turned us off. And,
are you serious?
Oh, yeah, dude.
That's what happened.
Like one day we were off the air.
I remember sitting in Scott McCarthy's office, and we were watching like Cappy live on Twitter or something, cleaning out his office. And we both said, like, this is amazing. We've never watched this in history. Somebody streaming live, cleaning out his office because the station had just turned off. Because they were, and the reason why that involved us is they were a Rams affiliate.
Right.
So it involved us in that case. Like, what are we going to do in San Diego for the Rams? And we were pretty new into that partnership.
So what happened for me was just, and this is the point about YouTube. This is we'll end it here, but. So what happened for me was I didn't know what I was going to do. I mean, I really didn't know what I was going to do. I had 4 kids. I lived in San Diego. I had offers to go to other places. I didn't want to leave. This is where my friends were. This was where my community was, et cetera.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine who works at Callaway Golf, they had built ESPN caliber production facilities to do their own content. And he said, come to Callaway and you'll broadcast from Callaway. And I said, broadcast to where?
Right.
And he said, to YouTube. I said, YouTube? Now, this is the dummy part of me. You ready? When you have a radio show, if you don't have a YouTube channel right now while you're on the radio, you're screwed. Because when you get fired and then you start a YouTube channel, you're going to be years behind where you should be. That's where I was in 2019. When I got here in 2020, I started saying to everybody, hey, guys, I'm doing this podcast and I'm doing it on YouTube. Why aren't we doing this kind of stuff? And to Chris's point, adding the YouTube component, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and every other platform that we can use, we can no longer rely on people to just turn on their radio because 10 years ago, everybody turned on their radio and that was it. Now we have to go to where they are, and everybody's got their phone in their hand. That's where we're at on every platform.
Well, guess what? We're doing a whole hour tomorrow. So 6:16, have a great night. Thanks to everybody who made this part of it.
Beto, for putting that all
great
together,
job on
man.
the street. Beto, the entire social team. Kasim, who's training with DeAndre, Young D. Carlo overseeing the entire social team and digital team. Who do we have it back there? I know we got
Jonathan was back
We got
there,
Jonathan.
Graham was
We
back
got
there.
Graham.
Jonathan.
We got Lucas.
Lucas
you know
back there?
that's Riz's nephew.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
He's a good kid.
This kid
Oh,